Welcome to the Samwell B12 experience,
where we have you covered for all the NHL action, play-by-play, news, and more. Make sure to subscribe today.
Watching Samwell B experience.
What's up, everybody? It's Saturday night and we are on the air. It's live. It's the Penguins and the Maple Leafs. Dubas versus Tree Living, battling it out yet again. Let's see if the Leafs can take this one, because we know we struggled a little bit last time these two teams met and the Penguins took it 3-2. Triton coming in with the shimmy. Gotta get me shimmying every single time. But look at that. Richard knows what to do. Richard doesn't make me shimmy. Richard with the $20, 20 pounds super chat. Thank you so much. Still getting over the Columbus mayhem. That was insane. That Columbus game. For everybody that left early, you missed quite the finish. But welcome in. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. So let's go through the chat and say hello. Austin Peters, what's going on? Welcome in. Triton, of course, hello. I'm a stranger in the night. Welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. Polly is here. What's up, Polly? Getting the bucket of extra crispy Penguin wins. Love it. Beverly, hello there. Good evening. Linda, welcome to the show. Ho, 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 overtime. Hopefully not tonight. Hopefully it's regulation. Mark, what's going on? Welcome in. Mystic is here. EC3 in the house. Forrest, what's up? Daily Events Worldwide, hola, welcome in. Good to see you here as well. Roger, what's going on from Nova Scotia? Lewis, hello there. Welcome to the show. Let's scroll back down. Jeff, what's going on? Jeff got an early Christmas present. Jeff, that's awesome. Make sure you put that volume down because you know where to hang out and have some fun. But very happy for you, man. That's awesome. Gerard, what's going on? Cartoons and collecting in the house. John is here. John, is that Matthews is sick like or is that Matthews is sick because he's leading the NHL in goals and he is playing out of his mind right now? Raymond, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Hello, Ian. Onyx, listen, I'm just gonna keep asking, right? I'm just, until you say yes, I'm just gonna keep asking, and then we'll have to talk to D about it after, but it's all good. Welcome in, everyone. Tristan, hello there. Welcome in. Mystic Red Wolf, welcome to the show. All right, let's scroll down. Am I caught up? Did I catch everybody? Did I miss anybody? Guy, what's going on? Dallas is in the house. Back Alley Burrito, what's up, Twinkle? Twinkle, what's up, Twinkle? Oh, goodness gracious. Jesse, hello there. Welcome in, everybody. Morgan, what's up? Welcome in. Mike coming in, becoming a member. Mike, gifted membership. Thank you so much. Wow, it's going so fast. Richard with 5 gifted memberships. We haven't even got to the lineup yet. It's Richard's show right now. Big, huge props for Richard. Daniel, what's up? Mike, what's up? Leo, what's up? Nikki, welcome in. Wow, everybody, congratulations to those that are getting the gifted memberships. Canada Goose, what's up? All right, let's get to the lineups because we have some lineup changes. Wow, a lot of folks here early. And Richard, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. All right, here are the lineup changes, and we got some positive things to talk about. First, though, for the Penguins, Jake Gunsel is with Sidney Crosby and Drew O'Connor. We got Riley Smith with Evgeny Malkin and Petunin. Radim Zorona with Lars Eller and Vinny Historoza. And then we got Jansen Harkins with Jonathan Gruden and Jeff Carter. And remember, it was Zorona last time that put Lagesson into the boards from behind. Hopefully none of that shenanigans tonight. Ryan Graves is paired up with Letang, Marcus Pettersson with Eric Carlson, Oliver Joseph with John Ludwig, and Tristan Yari scheduled to get the start tonight. For the blue and white of the Maple Leafs, Willie Nylander is with Austin Matthews, and rejoining his mates is Matthew Nyes. My boy Matt Nyes back with Matthews and Nylander. Good to see him back. Bertuzzi with Tavares and Marner. Robertson with Domi and Yarncroc. Bobby Mack with David Kempf and Noah Gregor. Of course, Reeves out with the knee injury. Apparently, it wasn't as bad as they originally thought, but he will spend some time on the IR. On the D side, Morgan Riley is paired up with making his return, and I'm so excited, making his return, Timothy Liljegren. Lily making his return. William Lagesson with Jake McCabe. Benoit with Connor Timmins, and Marty Jones expected to get the start tonight. So that is what it's going. I'm seeing you saying Matthews is not playing tonight. He's listed on the lineup sheet, so we'll have to see who is going to replace him and what lineup changes they make. That's the problem when they make these lineups so early, that things do change. Yes, Giordano is out with the broken finger. Klingberg is out with the hip. Wall is still out. Reeves is out. And TJ Brody out with the illness. And I guess apparently Matthews is going to be out as well. So we'll see what the official lineup is once they come out on the ice. But that is the projected lineup from NHL.com. So we're going to see how that's going to be. Of course, these Leafs looking to win one for the GM here. Pittsburgh, as I said, took the last one 3-2. So we'll have to see what the next game tonight is going to mean. The last time the Leafs, or the next time, excuse me, after tonight, the Leafs play the Penguins is not until April 8th. So much towards the end of the season. Holmberg is called up. We got Holmberg called up. All right. Headlines are saying Matthews and Brody out with the flu. Yeah, I knew about Brody. I hadn't heard about Matthews. I hope to see Domi and Marner chemistry click. Ho overtime. That would be awesome. I've been waiting to see those two. And we've seen some glimpses, right? Because they've been mix and matching the lineups together a lot. Right? With Reeves going out and shorthanded and all that stuff. So they've had a couple of moments together. But I think it would be great to see them play together long time. So we're going to wait and see what the official shakeups are going to be. Let's go. The Leafs fan, what's going on? Listen, this flu that's going through the team, it's really been tearing through everybody. It's been bad. So if he's got it, you know, it's better that he's out and rests. Let's do a quick look here. Let's do a quick look up and see if we have any updates here, because I know some of these sites are updated hours and hours and hours. So we'll have to take a look. Yeah, okay, so this is revised. Here's revised as of, does it have a time? This is just recently coming in. So they're saying Nylander, Tyler Bertuzzi, Tavares, that's going to be your first line. Nyes, Domi, and Marner will be your second line. Gregor, Kempf, and Yarncroc will be your third line. Again, if this is accurate, McMahon, Holmberg, Robertson will be your fourth line. Keefe hates Robertson. Wow. But what a great fourth line. That is a speedy fourth line. So we'll see if that's actually going to be the case. Again, if Matthews is out, we expect to see Nylander with Tavares and Bertuzzi, Nyes with Domi and Marner, and then Gregor with Kempf and Yarncroc. So a little bit of a shakeup here if Matthews is indeed out. with that flu bug, and that flu bug just tearing through the locker room. Nye's missed a couple of games. We've had a couple of D that were out previously. McCabe was out with that, not McCabe, excuse me. Lagesson was out with that illness previously. It looks like Brody is out today. So that's unfortunate when that happens, when you get that bug, it just rips right through the entire roster. So we're going to see what these guys can do. Tonight is the 18th annual Canadian Armed Forces Appreciation Night. So we definitely give our appreciation to all those in the armed forces. Too much flu. Is the vaccine working this year? Roger, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy what's going on. What about Wall? Wall still's got a couple more weeks to go. Still's got, that's not good English. Wall is still going to be out a few more weeks. He, from what I heard, he was progressing, but it's a little slow. So we'll have to see how that's going to shape up for Wall. It's the same flu bug I had a few weeks back. It's a real doozy. Yeah, Grandpa, sorry to hear that. It is pretty bad. Roger, finally CBC airs. There you go. It's been a while, eh, Roger? Glad they've put it up there. Glad they've got it up there for you. All right, let's see if I missed any other comments. Yeah, hopefully he recovers quickly. The Leafs do have a couple of days off after today. They're not playing again until Tuesday. So they got a couple of days off in between. Hopefully that's enough time for Matthews to rest up and return. They're bringing out a couple of the armed forces folks to join in for the opening face-off. And then, of course, we'll get to this game in action. The one thing we haven't seen them do yet, I kind of thought it was going to be tonight, but if they're doing Armed Forces Night, probably will not be. They have not done a ceremony for John Tavares and his 1,000th game, 1,000th point. I thought tonight would have been the night for them to do that, Saturday night against Pittsburgh. So it's kind of weird, right? Big deal. He gets the 1,000 points. Why have they not done a ceremony for him as of yet? So they're getting ready. They're bringing in the ceremonial puck to do the face-off. And then we'll get this game rocking and rolling. This is going to be a big one for Toronto. This is really going to test their fortitude, if you will. The Leafs have a lot to prove. Can they cut it when Matthews is not in the lineup? Of course, Jonesy going to be in net for Toronto today. He's going to have a tall test. Let me send some apple juice from my school. They have 140% vitamin C. There you go, Jennifer. Tavares and Crosby coming in to take the ceremonial first puck drop. And of course, Tavares is going to scoop that one up. Crosby, man, and we know Crosby's getting towards the end of his career as he's approaching 40, but he still looks in great shape, which is why he's able to play at this level for as long as he has. All right, they're going to get going with the anthems. I'm happy Timothy is back. John, me as well. Me as well. That was a terrible, terrible thing that happened to him with Marchand taking him out into the boards like that, getting that high ankle sprain. Let's just hope Timothy Liljegren is able to come back and play the way he was playing before he went down, because he was having a really good start to this season. Tavares is having the ceremony on the 19th against the Rangers. That's crazy. Why are they waiting like a full week, almost over a week after he gets that? That makes no sense. But thank you, Ho Ho Overtime, for dropping the knowledge. Yeah, I mean, listen, Gio's 40. He's pushing 41. He's your NHL leader in block shots, career, like, overall of all time. Gio is still a pretty solid defenseman, but what Crosby does, I mean, Crosby plays at such a high level. Flames versus Lightning, Jets versus Colorado, Boston versus Rangers is going to be a hard. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It is going to be a good one. He'll be 39 at the Olympics, so hopefully he'll be in there and playing. Dallas brings up a good point. When we get those Olympic teams together, there's so many good leaders that come on. Does Crosby captain that Olympic team as his last one? Or does Connor McDavid captain that team. You know, wouldn't it be interesting to have a Crosby, McDavid, Bedard line? I mean, there's so many good things you can do with that Olympic team. It's going to be interesting. Crosby beat the Canadians almost single-handed. Yeah, Ian, you know, some of those games, it's unbelievable. Did Canada's women's teams win? So they are, I think the game is still in progress. I had it on a little earlier, but I didn't catch to see if it had ended what the score was. I think it was 0-0 last I saw. So if anybody has an update on the women's game, it should be over very, very soon. I'm taking a quick peek right now to see if I can spot the score here. Of course, they don't make it too easy to find some of these scores. No, I'm not seeing it. So if somebody sees the Canada Women's US score, drop it in there. Let us know. TJ, what's going on? Welcome in. Crosby has 87 because he was born 1987. There you go. Cartoons and collecting. Getting it in there. But yeah, like I was saying, Crosby is one of those players, he can turn it on and have an unbelievable night. But then he kind of disappears at times. So hopefully he still goes. There it is. Thank you, Dallas. 2-1 USA over Canada. 9 minutes to go in the third. So that one is coming to an end. That one is on its way out. So hopefully the Canada women can come back and pick things up. Yeah, Triton, it's good to go. Good to go. All right, the anthems are done. We're ready to get this game underway. Finally, let's get over to the game screen and get ready to rock. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to update this again. Where is your mind, Sam? Sorry, bear with me 1 second as we're getting ready to go. Tristan Jarry in there for the Penguins. He's set. He's ready. Yari's been a solid asset for the Penguins. Penguins have been, you know, they've had a good history in working with good tenders. Nice to see Yari in there. All right. Thank you, everybody who's coming and hit that subscribe. Much appreciated. We are ready to go again. Thank you to Richard for those gifted memberships and the super chat right off the bat. So thank you all so very much. Time to get it going. We're ready to drop this puck. We're ready to play some hockey. I'm ready. I hope you guys are ready. It's time to rock. It's time to roll. The Leafs, the Penguins, the battle of the general managers. We're set to drop this puck. Sheldon Keefe. He's you know, I don't know, something about him. Something about Sheldon Keefe right now. I just don't see the adrenaline in there. I just don't see the push. He just seems too, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but something about him right now is putting me off. Liljegren back on the ice. That's what I like to see. He's ready to go. Liljegren is there. Oh, he's super focused. You can read it in the eyes. Time to drop the puck. Here we go. Game time. And it's a scramble draw. Crosby is going to take away the first one. And there it is. Canada scores to tie it up. 2-2. Thank you, Dallas. This coming around. Liljegren going to put this off the boards to Gregor. Gregor is going to take a bump from Crosby, of all people. He goes down. Pittsburgh going to hammer this one right back in. He's working it. B. Disney, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Toronto getting intercepted. Breakaway pass for Yarncroc. Can't control it. Yarncroc was split past Letang. Just couldn't get that puck and get in there. Daryl, what's going on? Welcome in. All the way down the ice. Here's the puck being thrown around behind the net. Gregor, look out. Gregor gives it away right to Malkin. And Jonesy's going to whip it around behind the net to McCabe. Malkin's going to take McCabe into the boards. Gregor there. He's going to push it out. Not a good first shift here for the Leafs. Now they do. They steal it. Coming in. Toe drag. Tavares shoots. Rebound. Tristan Jarry making a nice stop there. Couple of shots back and forth. Here comes Nylander. Nylander cycling around. He's trying to dig it in the corner. Nylander still with it. Passes it in the slot. Tavares. One whack. Two whacks. He's trying to put that one in. Cannot do it. We'll see how many they register. Here comes Pittsburgh the other way. A quick shot. Jonesy safe. Rebound back door. They shoot and it goes wide. Big chance there. Pittsburgh with the opportunity. They could not put it in. And really, your dad is at the game. Awesome. Here comes Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi at the red line. He's going to dump this one in. Max Domi on his horse. Domi's rolling in. Now, a lot of people have been all over Max Domi lately. Really, really upset with his game. I actually don't mind what Domi's doing. Domi going to put this to the line. Domi's been very quick. He's had some decent hands. Here comes Nyes. The corner, Nyes driving in. He scores! My boy, Matthew Nyes! Welcome back, Matthew Nyes. Great feed there from Max Domi. Knives driving in, cutting the corner, and he's going to put that one in. Domi made a nice play. He spots him, sends it up the middle. Knives goes one way. Second comes over and puts it over the shoulder of Tristan Jarry. Great start at home. Great start at home. Canada Goose, what's going on? I love Knives. You and me both. That was awesome. Chris, what's going on? Knives attacking early. That was incredible. That was such a great rush. Again, talking about Max Domi. Pittsburgh has it. They're going to put it to the point. Max Domi has been getting a lot of hate, and he's been doing a lot of good things. And just because he's not scoring a ton of goals doesn't mean he's not contributing. He's making good plays with the puck, and that was a heads-up move there by Domi to pick Knives and get him going. Krista, what's going on? In the corner, Pittsburgh trying to come out in front. It's stolen there by Robertson. Robertson's going to flip this one out and down the ice. Back to pick it up. Here come the Pens. Pens going to move it. No fights yet, Leo. No fights yet. I don't know if we'll see one today with Reeves not in the lineup. Benoit going to pick it up. He's going to carry it to the red line. He's going to flip this one in all the way down the ice, and that's going to be an icing call as he was just on the wrong side of center. Max Domi's classic setup. Yeah, listen, it was a nice move. He picked up that puck. He pushed it a little far ahead of himself, but he was able to get it back and put it right into the middle for Nyes. And Nyes, he made a nice move to fake out the defender and walk right around him. Rick, what's going on? Good evening. It was a nice play. That it was. Nyes getting super handsy. It was a great play. Let me play that again. You got the touch. There we go. Nyes got the touch. Nylander is going to force Malkin back. He's going to play this one off. Gordon, what's going on? Good evening. Did you mention Evgeny Malkin? Thought he had retired. Richard, he probably should, but Malkin's still in here. He's still plugging away. Lagesson going to pick up the puck. He's going to bring this one in. He's going to send it towards the net. Kempf can't get a stick on it as Carlson takes him into the net. Kempf ran into the goalpost, and he tried very hard to keep the post on the moorings. Here comes Malkin picking up that puck. That's right. Let's get a Nyes hattie today. Wouldn't that be sweet? I didn't even put on the Nyes jersey tonight. Coming around in the boards. They're going to play it back to Kempf. Kempf, he's in there, turning things around. I don't think McCabe's... No, I don't think he does. Here's Carlson. Down around behind his own net. Gregor was chasing him. The Pen's going to flip this up. Here comes Pittsburgh. That was offside, ref. Come on, even I saw it. And my eyes aren't so good. Coming around back to the point. Setting it up. Canada on the power play. Thank you, Dallas. Quick shot. That's going to be intercepted. Gregor going to play it up. Here it comes Riley. Riley on the move. Let's see if we can pull up that Canada game here. Good start. I wanted to let the pace get going here in this Pittsburgh game before we brought up Canada-US. Domi going in the corner. He's charging in hard. He's going to steal. Domi with it. Going to flip it into the corner around. Domi still going. Comes out, and Toronto's going to back it up. McCabe has it. Getting it up to Marner. Mitch Marner coming in. Feeds it to Knives with a shot. That one's going to be deflected just wide. Good choice. Good playmaking. Domi gets hit hard. Knives is going after the guy who took out Domi. Domi's back up on his feet. And we got a fight. Matthew Knives dropping the gloves. He's going in there standing up for his teammate. Knives taking his man down. John Ludving, I think, hit Domi. Hit Domi in a not so pleasant hit. And Matthew Knives, your goal scorer, jumping up to stand up. for Domi. Domi smiling there. Him and Yari having words. Referee's going to step between Domi and Yari. But way to go, Matthew Nyes. A goal, a penalty. So Domi kind of had his head down. He was along the boards. Ludwig shoves him in, and Knives comes right after Ludwig. This is what's been missing. 2 cross checks, 3 cross checks. Knives is going at him. He says, let's go, let's go. The gloves come down. Knives not known to be a fighter, but gets the job done.
Both guys, 5 minutes each for fighting.
1 assist to the Gordie Howe hat trick. That's right. We're going to be watching that. We got the goal. We got the fight. And it's Domi pointing. Domi lost another tooth. Domi lost another tooth. He's pointing at his mouth, and he's saying it's gone. Domi losing another tooth. Endgame, what's going on? Welcome in. Domi's got to go pick his tooth up off the ice. That could be a hazard. So Keefe is yelling at the officials about a high stick. Jonathan, what's going on? I can picture that smile. The smile's just getting wider and wider. That gap is getting bigger and bigger. Soon he's going to be drinking his milkshakes with 2 straws. Len, what's going on? JDA in the house. What's up, Jordan? Welcome in. All right, we got 2.5 minutes left in the Canada game. We're going to be watching this one as they come. Canada-US 2-2 with 2:40 to go in the second. They went to overtime just the other night, and U.S. won it on a power play in overtime. And again, U.S. is all over Canada, and the refs are letting them play. Here comes Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh down the ice. Pittsburgh walking in. Going to drive this towards the net. Not shot down. Penguins putting this in, setting it up. Here's a shot. Nice play in front. Benoit taking his man out. And here we go. They're going after Benoit now. Lars Eller doesn't like Benoit moving him away, and we got another crowd in front. The sticks are up high. Lars Eller getting the stick up in Timmins' face there. Leafs coming over saying, how you doing? Rumble in the jungle here in Toronto. Lars Eller was planted right in front of Jonesy, and Benoit comes over and says, no, thank you. And then a big cross check from Eller to Benoit. So Eller should be gone for this. So are they going to give them both? So big hit in here, big scruffs. So I guess they're both gone. Benoit's gone and Eller is both gone. And so I think the Leafs, Pittsburgh's going to take an extra. Nope, they're going to switch it to 4x4. They had an extra penalty on the board for a moment. They've now fixed it. WB, what's going on? What a great start to this game. Thank you all for being here. Love the passion. Love the pace. 1 minute to go now in Canada-US, and that game is tied at 1. Pittsburgh going to throw this in. They're going to work it around. Work it, work it. Here comes Pittsburgh. Cross ice pass. Pettersson going to feed it in. That's going to be knocked out and down the ice. Under a minute to go now in the Canada-US game. US is going to have this puck. US going to work it up. As Pittsburgh, Crosby can't set it up in the Toronto zone. Canada now steals. Canada walking in with 40 seconds to go. They're going to bring this in behind the net. We're going to focus on this Canada-US game right now. US is going to steal. They're going to play it around the boards. Picked up. They're going to flip it out. Canada can't keep it in. Here comes the US. They put it a little too far on the pass. Canada sending it right back in. Oh, that's a miss. Is that going to be icing? And it is. With 19.5 seconds left in the third period, 2-2 Canada-US. It's going to be a face-off in the Canada zone. And Canada is arguing that icing, but to no prevail. Here's a shot. Jonesy with a big save. Pittsburgh coming in on this 4-on-4. And a big save there by Jonesy. Nice fake. A fake and bake, and he came in, and the puck stayed out. Toronto with this puck now, the 4-on-4. They're going to bring this one around. Toronto stepping in. Coming around through. Here's a pass across now. Back off the boards. Back to the point. Toronto working it in. Back to the point again, and McCabe can't keep it in. All right, 19.5 seconds to go. Canada, USA. US is going to win it off the draw. Here's a shot and a shot block. Canada racing for the puck. They cannot get there first. US is going to cut it off. Long pass. 10 seconds to go. US is going to have one last effort. Canada steals. They're going to spin around. 5 seconds to go. Can Canada get a shot off here? 3, 2, bad pass, and it comes in. and they're going to let it go. That's going to be the end of the third period. Canada, U.S. going to overtime again. The Toronto-Pittsburgh game, they are going to a commercial break. So I'll take this time to welcome everybody in. Thank you so much for joining us here. My name is Sam. This is the Sam Welby 12 experience, keeping you up to date on everything that's going on. We got the Leafs and the Pens. We got Canada, US going to overtime. Oh, it's awesome. What's going on, Ron? Welcome in, everybody. Thanks so much, Rick. I appreciate it. Mark, it is great to see Nyes back, and he is showing no ring rust at all. He's in there, scores the goal. He's putting it through, gets the fight. Love it, love it, love it. If I was playing for Canada, Sam, I would have scored and no OT. There you go, Jordan. I would pay money to see that, Jordan. Oh, gosh. Man, I wish, that's anytime you get a chance to represent your country, and I don't care what level it's at. Some of the young kids today at the lower levels getting to go and represent Canada playing overseas or wherever, it's such an honor and it's so awesome. So to anybody who has donned the red and white and worn the maple leaf to play any sport and representing this country, I thank you and I congratulate you. And what an honor it is. I hope you made great memories. So let's see. We got Canada going on. Put the helmet on for Team Canada. It doesn't work when they're tied. It doesn't work when they're tied. Maybe get double pay for calling 2K. Now, Richard, it's all for fun. I'm just here to have a good time and bring you guys all the information that I can. Yep, I want to go in 22 cents. Yeah, Rick, it was awesome. It was awesome. It was very, very cool. And such good memories from back then. Maybe something in Knives. Flu meds turned him into the Hulk. Ah, that's funny. All right. Both games coming back at the same time. Rivalry series, Canada, USA. So much fun. Of course, World Juniors kicking it off Boxing Day. Can't wait for that tournament. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch it. Those games will be early, though, as they're over in Sweden and Finland. Hall of Famer, too. That's right. Rick, now you're just showing off. But so awesome. Such a great honor. Pittsburgh going to win this draw, bringing it back around. Penn setting it up, thrown in front, tip, it's sitting there, and Toronto's going to steal. Kemp's going to give it up to Yarncroc. Yarny turning around. He's going to play this up. Toronto going to dump this down. All the way down. Pittsburgh has to come pick it up. Back to get it. Penn sent it around the boards, trying to get it going. Toronto's doing a nice job being up and aggressive. I'm happy to see them being aggressive. Long pass for Carlson. He comes up. Gregor's going to take a swipe at it. Yarncroc comes up with this puck now. Yarny setting it up. He's getting good. I'm okay, Krista. I'm all right. Thank you for asking. Not 100%, but I'm hanging in there. Gregor cycling around. He's going to put this down low in the boards. David Kemp in there. He can't get it out. We're getting ready for the start of overtime as well. U.S. and Canada. Let's go. You're coming to represent your country. I've played international chess. There you go. Hey, Richard, it all counts. It all counts. That's fantastic. All right, here we go. The overtime, Canada and U.S. U.S. won it last time. Here comes Canada. Canada walking in. Face-off circle, cross-ice pass, they shoot. Oh, and it goes high over the net. Canada coming close as Max Domi is bringing this in for the Maple Leafs. Domi bringing it in, sending it around. That's going to be cut off. Pittsburgh can't get it out. Toronto did a good job holding it in. The Canada-USA game is on TSN 4, I think it is. TSN 4. The U.S. are bringing this into the Canadian zone. They're setting it up. U.S. down around behind the net. Going to roll it through. Canada can't pick it up. Here comes Canada now. Long pass out ahead. Canada on the move into the U.S. zone, looking for a pass. Too deep now to make a play. They're going to send it back to the line. Canada setting up their formation. Cross-ice pass. 1 minute gone. Pass right in front. Canada tips it just wide. Big hit there, taken into the boards. I thought there's not allowed to be body contact. And then Canada player takes Murphy out in the face. Are you kidding me, ref? They're going to give the Canadian person, the Canadian captain, a penalty for knocking the U.S. player down, which I agree is a penalty, but you don't call the penalty on the U.S. player? This is the same horse doo-doo we saw in the last game, which gave U.S. a penalty at the end of the third leading into overtime. Unbelievable. Every single time these two teams play, The officiating is horrible. The U.S. player takes a Canada player hard into the boards, which in women's hockey is a no-no. You can't do that. So they better be sending them both off. And they're not. Oh, they are. Good. They are. That is the right call, ref. That is the right call. The coaches are laughing. The players are laughing. And here's Tavares. It's a 2-on-1 for Toronto. Tavares can't get the pass over to Nylander. Nylander scooping it up. He's going to spin around. Nylander coming through. Nylander has this one around behind the net. We're going to get some more 3-on-3 action for 2 minutes in overtime. Canada and U.S. Pittsburgh working it down. They're going to roll this in. 10 minutes gone here in the first period of the Toronto-Pittsburgh game. Purple Queen, what's going on? Welcome in. Wes Macaulay relative. Curtis, what's up? That's funny. Spooky, how's it going? Welcome in. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Here comes the Penguins working it up. We're calling 2 games right now. Here's a stolen Robertson putting it across. They shoot, they score! Toronto puts it in!
Score! Holy Vandalus!
What a beautiful setup!
You got the touch!
Mitchell Marner getting the goal. A huge feed by Robertson. That was super, super nice. I mean, it was a great stick lift here. Max Domi with the unbelievable stick lift, takes the puck, feeds it to Robertson. Robertson to Marner, and Marner says, whoop, there it is. He just flips it up and over the glove of Yari. What a spectacular play. Holy cow. I mean, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. There it is. Gerard bringing Marner's mom out to celebrate. What a great goal as Toronto taking a 2-0 lead here. That was nice. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're coming in, we're calling 2 games right now. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Let's get those likes up and hit that subscribe as well. Calling 2 games. Thank God. I thought COVID was messing with my head. That's right, Spooky. We got 3:54 to go in Canada, U.S. They're in overtime. Kathy, what's going on? Woo-wee. Wow. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Face off. In the neutral zone, U.S. is going to win it. U.S. is going to walk right into the Canada zone. U.S. setting it up. The Minecraft kid coming in. Thank you so much. Pittsburgh trying to set things up. They're working it in the Toronto zone down low. U.S. is working it in the Canadian zone. Big steal there by Nye's going to flip it up to Robertson. This is coming all the way down to Bobby Mack. Or it was Holmberg, excuse me. Holmberg coming around. Robertson has it. He's going to get taken over. This coming around. U.S. setting it up in the Canada zone. They're coming through. U.S. walking into the high slot. U.S. shoots. Nice save. Big juicy rebound there. It's gobbled up by Canada. Canada going to slow things down with just over 3 minutes to go here in overtime. Sid, what's going on? Welcome in. Nazgul, what's going on? Let's go Leafs. Riley going to put this one in the corner. Tavares going in hard after it. Tavares sending it around the sideboards. Liljegren stepping up, making a nice play. Welcome back, Lily. Bertuzzi almost stealing it in front. Canada walking in, little spin around. Canada trying to get free. Pittsburgh coming in. Gunsel going to send it to Crosby. Crosby with a pass across. They shoot. Jones is going to make a nice save before he's knocked down into the net. And again, Toronto says, excuse me, you can't touch our tender like that. So we got a whistle in the Toronto-Pittsburgh game. Canada has the puck behind the U.S. net. Canada walking it around, taking a look. Number 19, dropping it to 17, back over to 19. Canada coming right through the middle. They got through, but they didn't realize it. And the U.S. is going to strip that puck away. Shots are 25 for Canada, 23 for the U.S. A lot less than they were the other night, where Canada pretty much had doubled up the shots on net. Here comes the U.S. setting it up. It's number 11 for Team USA, bringing this one in, walking all the way, driving around, curling, tried to throw it in front. Doesn't make the play. U.S. still with it. They're going to feed this back. Number 4 for the U.S. Going to play it up to number 7. Spinning it around. Canada trying to tip it through. Here comes Canada. Canada's skating. Canada's hustling. I believe this is Clark coming down, waiting, looking for the pass. Little crisscross. They crisscross themselves. Couldn't pull the shot off. 1.5 minutes to go here in Canada, U.S. overtime. U.S. going to bring this one back, setting it up. Again, Jesse, what's going on? Crosby tried to sell a high stick. They try to sell everything. Long gone are the days where you just play. Now everything is a sell job. Walking in, the U.S. is going to step in just on the offside. So with 1:16 to go, it's all tied up. You see the goal Bedard scored against Edmonton with Wayne? I did not see it. I'll have to, if it was that pretty, I'll have to go back and take a little look-see-do. I see the referee is number 87. Coincidence? So the U.S. coming in offside. Both teams had some opportunities, but no real high-quality shots here in overtime. U.S. is going to win that face-off. U.S. is looking really good on the draw. Canada is going to pick it up. Poulin going to play this one across. Little drop up the boards. Poulin is going to bring this one up. Here she comes. Marie-Philip Poulin. Coming over, little cross, going to drop it off there. Canada trying to set it up. U.S. watching them nicely. Working it down low. Larocque with it. She can't get it to Poulin. This is going to come out. The U.S. puts it all the way back. Zerdaki going to settle this one up, throwing it up the ice. Poulin had to wait a minute to make sure she was onside. Nice feed across. Canada walking in, cutting towards the middle. Canada shoots, and that's a stop. Going to go wide. Crosby coming in. Crosby with the puck. He's going to shoot, and a nice save there by Jonesy. This coming in, a cross-ice shot, and that goes just wide, and it comes out. Here's Canada putting it right in front to the net. It's going to be driven wide. 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds to go. Canada still with it in the U.S. zone. 15, 13, trying to come through, driving towards the net. A jam play is on. The puck is loose, and the U.S. picks it up. They're going to hold on to it. 5 seconds to go. A long pass. Will they get a chance? A break, U.S. A shot at the buzzer, and that's going to be stopped. Overtime proves nothing. Pittsburgh has it in the Toronto zone, and that's going to be blown down. So we are going to a shootout now. A shootout. Canada, U.S. Brian, thank you so much. We did this just the first time, but wow. We did this for the first time the other night. It was so much fun. I thought this game was going to be over, but hey, it's overtime. It's shootout now. We got to watch it. Rick, me too. I hate seeing these games be decided in the shootout. So much on the line. So Liljegren's going to take a slashing penalty, and this is going to be a penalty for the Leafs, a power play for the Penguins coming up. Let me update these shots because I haven't done that for a little bit here. So Leafs on the penalty kill. Their penalty kill has been pretty good, but the Penguins have a lot of talent. A lot of talent, but the power play for the Pens has been at the bottom of the lineup. The next game in the rivalry series is going to be February 7th, followed by the 9th and the 11th. So they will be off for a while. Canada has won all the first 3 games so far. 3-1, 5-2, 3-2. So Canada needs to turn it on and come back as the U.S. has been dominating so far. Pittsburgh with it. Carlson at the point. Going to bring this one around. Shootout should be banned. I just keep playing overtime. I love it. Maybe make it a 10-minute overtime instead of 5. Here's a pass for Riley. Riley, shorthanded. He's going to skate around. He's going to feed this back into the Leafs zone. Leafs doing a nice job passing it around, eating up some time on the clock. Going to play it to the line for Yarncroc. He had it. Now it's stripped away. Here it comes Pittsburgh, bringing it in. Crosby going to make a cross-ice pass, but the ref's got a penalty blown down. Gunsel is going to go to the box. That's going to negate any time that was left. Anytime that was left, Gunsel's going to go to the box. So Toronto now is going to have a chance. At the end, we're going to get a little bit of 4-on-4 time for about a minute and a half or so. And then the Leafs on a power play. I know, Triton, right? I know. Hayden, overtime is getting to me. Gunsel, for interference, he goes to the box. All right, we're going to see who's going to score first here. So we got 4-on-4 for about a minute and a half or so before the Leafs get a very short power play. 6:14 to go in the first period. And we are going to a shootout, Canada and the U.S. of A. Canada looking for their first win in this rivalry series. Canada off, or Canada. Maple Leafs off the draw. Quick shot. They still have it. Leafs putting it in for Nylander. Nylander, nice move. Nylander's got room. He drives in, and he can't get the shot off. Going to play this around. Another penalty is being called. We got a slash coming up, and I think this is on Letang. Tanger's going to go. So another penalty here. Oh, it's not Letang. It's Riley Smith. Smith coming through, gets the slash right on the wrist of Nylander. Ouch, that's dangerous. So when they come back, the Leafs will have now a power play, and eventually we'll have a two-man advantage. Unbelievable. All right, we're getting ready. I don't know what the holdup is to get the shootout going. Both captains having a conversation with the official, Poulin and Knight, having a conversation. They're getting that one set up. That's right, 2-0 for Toronto. They're kicking it off. See the score just right up here. 2-0 Maple Leafs. All right, I think they're about set to get the shoot-off going on. What's going on, Giles? Good to see you. Calling 2 games. That's right. Chris, what's up? 2 games. We're in a shootout, Canada and the U.S. All right, we're about 23 likes away from 100. If you haven't hit that like yet, hit that thumbs up for us. Let's pump it up to 100. And of course, nobody else is crazy enough to call 2 games at the same time. Hit that subscribe. We want to see you back here for our NHL coverage. And here we go. U.S. first shot. Coming in, fakes the slapper, coming in, shot, and a great save by Canada. Now the difference is in the international hockey, they go 5 shooters. 5 shooters instead of the 3 that the NHL start with. So we go 5 shooters. U.S. Knight with the first shot is a no-go. The Canadian keeper with a great save. Here comes Canada. Canada on the move. Coming right side, stick handling, cutting in, slowing it down, fanned on the shot. That's not going to go. Jonathan wants a wave. Let's get the wave going. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Get those hands in the air. Put them up. Start our virtual wave. Round it, go. Here comes the U.S. second shooter. They're going to cut to the right. U.S. cutting in, driving through, head fake shooting. Nice little leg save there by Canada. First 2 shooters for the U.S. have missed. Now Smith for Pittsburgh gets a penalty. Toronto on a 4-on-3 power play for a minute. Toronto has it inside the line. I hate this camera angle. Down at the line, putting this down low for Tavares. Tavares throws it towards the net. That misses everybody, and it's going to come out. That's what I hate about those sharp angle shots. Here's Canada. Stick handling it, going 5-hole. Where is it? Under the U.S. goaltender's pads. Nice save by the U.S. tender. Here's Marner. Marner going to feed this to Nylander. Back to Marner. Marner looking, no lane. One-timer, he comes in front. Nice save. Nice play by Nylander to knock it down. Tavares over to Marner. Face-off circle. Fakes the shot. Toe drag. Coming in. He tries to go upstairs and he can't. Here comes the U.S. with a shot. And a nice save by the Canadian keeper. Nylander coming through. 3 misses for U.S. 2 misses for Canada. Nobody has scored. Tavares circling around. Plays it to Nylander. He rips it. And that's going to be up and out of play. 5 minutes left to go in the first period here in Toronto. And here comes Canada with their 3rd shooter. It's Canada coming in. Toe drag, little loop. And he scores! Canada's captain, Poulin, puts it in. Canada 1 up on the shootout with 2 shooters to go. 6 seconds left on the 4-on-3 power play for the Maple Leafs. They're going to drop this puck again. Unbelievable. Back and forth action. Let's go. Puck is dropped. Pittsburgh has it. Toronto's going to play it. U.S. comes in and they miss their shot. Canada with a chance to win here. Quick shot by Tavares. That's high and wide. The U.S. tried to deke, but they deked themselves out. If Canada scores here, it's over. This one is in the books. Here's Riley putting it towards the net. That one gets knocked down. Here comes Canada. On the move, cutting right, cutting left, back to the middle, back across, they shoot. And a nice stop there. So it's going to come down to the last shooter. The U.S. must score here. If the U.S. misses, it's all over. Here's Riley. Riley taking a look, going down low. 7 seconds with the 2-man advantage for Toronto. Riley shoots. It's there in front. Jerry with a great save. Penguins going to get it out, and here comes the U.S. U.S. coming. Pittsburgh coming. Shot. Pittsburgh misses. Here comes the U.S. They drive in. They shoot, and it's over. Canada wins. Canada wins in a shootout. Great save. Timmins with a pass across. Pittsburgh's going to steal. Canada getting it done. Unbelievable. What action. Unbelievable. What crazy action. And Canada gets their first victory in this rivalry series. Now we can focus on the Maple Leaf game. Here's a giveaway. Pittsburgh with it. Going to put it to the high slot. Nice little comeback play there by Domi. Nice defensive play. Toronto on the move. Look out. McCabe almost turned it away. Here comes Robertson. Robertson up to Domi. Domi steps in. He's going to feed this for Robertson. A little too far for his reach. Coming around behind. 3-2. 3-2. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock here in the first period. Pittsburgh going to bring this one down around. Let's get these shots updated just a little bit. Bringing this around. Lagesson, he's going to play this one up. Coming in, can't feed it to Gregor. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe. Much appreciated. And way to go, Canada. Rusty, what's going on? I just joined Go Leafs Go. Welcome to the show, Rusty. And thanks for being here. This one coming is through. All the way down. Kempf is going to steal it. Where are we? 15 likes away. Hit that like button. Let's go. Here comes Gregor. He's going to get pushed off his feet. Gregor taking it into the corner. Yarncroc going in there as well. Pittsburgh going to move it over to Carlson. Carlson behind the net. Going to feed it around the boards. Gregor kind of sets a pick for Liljegren. Liljegren a little back pass. This is going to be knocked out by the Penguins. McCabe is here. McCabe is going to pick this one up. Zachary, what's going on? Welcome in. Sam, the game is going to be a good one. Yeah, Robert, it is a great one. Coming in, here's Toronto sending this one down low. Bobby Mack putting it in the corner. Toronto going to feed this one back to the line. Here's Riley sending it in. That's going to sail just wide. 2 minutes to go now. 2 minutes to go. Toronto, nice little play there to hold it in. Here's a shot. McMahon with a nice save. Holmberg making some nice moves in the corner. Getting it back to the line for Riley. Cross ice pass. They're going to send it in. That one's going to get knocked down. Here's Bertuzzi. He can't get it. Yes, he can. Comes out to Holmberg, who shoots. I think it hit Holmberg in the head or it hit the post. McMahon shoots. He scores.
Holy Mackerel!
McMahon.
You're fired!
What a great goal. Bobby McMahon, your first NHL goal. Congratulations. That is a great way to do it. Bobby Mack putting it in. We've been waiting so long to see that happen. Bobby Mack. Woo. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome. Bobby Mack just came. He was sitting in the high slot. The first shot kind of went through. It came right to McMahon. He did not waste any time. He fired that one through. First goal. Let's see it. Flood the chat with the Leaf logos if you remember. If you're not, let's see some Bobby Mack chants started. That was awesome. And hey, what are they trying to score 5 goals again in one period? Here's Gregor. Gregor going to dump this one in. They got 1:16 to go on the board. Right, Dallas? They're getting it done with no Austin Matthews and no Ryan Reeves in the lineup tonight. We know the Ryan Reeves part really surprises everybody because he was such a big contributor offensively. Nylander can't catch up to it. This is coming around for Malkin. Malkin starting to come in. He's going to fire this one down. Jones is going to steer it into the corner. Riley sending it around. Here comes Marner, a little stick left. It comes to the line with a shot. And Jones, seeing that the whole way, is going to hang on to it. What a play. Absolutely outstanding. I got a Hellebuck hockey stick, a Bruins. I got a Hellebuck hockey stick and a Bruins stick and a Canucks skin. Want to trade? Hey, Jennifer, I'd love to see it. If you want to email me some photos, I'd love to see it. I love seeing all the memorabilia. not at all. I hope the Leafs, yeah, Krista, they are playing real good. 30 seconds to go here in the first period of play. This is coming around at the side. Mac attack, Mac attack. I love that. Coming back to the line. Here's Ludwig, a shot that's going to sail wide. Trying to hold it in the far side. It's Gunsel, they shoot. That's going to be tipped just wide. Here they pick it up again. Matthews is thinking about playing. Matthews is cheering these teams on. Unbelievable. What a great first period. This is coming around. 2 seconds to go. Picked up by Liljegren, and there goes the buzzer. The first has come to an end. What a start. Let's go to the intermission screen, and let's talk about it. Travis, what's going on? Welcome to the show. All right, here we go. Let's update this. Love it, love it, love it. 3-0 Maple Leafs. What a first period. This was awesome. All right, here is your stats for the first. Your goal scores. Matthew Nyes, his 7th from Max Domi. Marner, his 13th from Robertson and Max Domi. And then Bobby McMahon, his 1st from Bertuzzi and Holmberg. Now, let's not forget, we were talking about how Leafs Nation has some serious hate on for Max Domi right now. Domi, these first 2 goals would not be possible without absolutely incredible plays by Max Domi. Some nice moves, some nice passes. So I don't care that Domi's not scoring goals. He's got 15 assists right now. He's making passes that lead to goals. Everybody believes goal scorers are the superstars. I disagree. Max Domi's putting up assists. Jonathan Huberdeau in Florida set a franchise high with assists a couple years back, and he would not have been able to do that. And the Florida Panthers would not have been able to be as successful as they were without a guy like Huberdeau setting them up. Have a Gilmore gift set. It's autographed. I want to sell. Oh, Krista, that's awesome. Yeah, Gilmore's such a nice guy. Dougie is awesome. I've had the pleasure of meeting him a couple of times, and he's so nice. Great for him to record our intro as well. So real big shout out and thanks to Dougie Gilmore. Max is more of a playmaker. Danny is, and he's really showing it. He really is. TJ, what's going on? Welcome in. All right, your first period stats, other than the goal scores. Shots end up being even 11 apiece. I'm sure those will update because they always change them. 43% in the face-off circle. Toronto has not been strong on face-offs today. And it's funny because the last few games, they've been very, very strong in the face-off circle, and they haven't played great. Today, they're doing not well in the face-off circle, and they're playing outstanding. Toronto 0 for 2 on the power play. Pittsburgh is 0 for 1. Only 6 hits for Toronto, and I'm okay with that. Pittsburgh isn't a overly physical team. 11 hits, though, for the Penguins. Each team with 6 block shots. Each team with 4 giveaways. Pittsburgh 6 takeaways. Toronto with 5. Lot of penalties in the first. Nyes for fighting, Ludwig for fighting, Benoit for roughing, Eller for roughing, Liljegren for slashing, Gunsel for interference, Riley Smith for slashing, and a lot of them were called together. All right, taking a look around the horn right now. End of the first period, 0-0 Rangers and Bruins, 2-0 Devils over Blue Jackets, Islanders and Canadiens, 0-0 end of the first. Flyers 1-0 over the Red Wings, end of the first. Jets 2-0 over the Avalanche, end of the first. And earlier today, it was the Wild defeating the Canucks 2-1 in a shootout. So that was pretty awesome. Leafs look better defensively, much better. And you know, it's funny, with Liljegren coming back, and I'm not saying it's all Liljegren, right? Playing good defense is a team effort, but having Liljegren back definitely adds a component that they weren't playing well with. The other piece is no TJ Brody, and I've been defending Brody a lot, but he's, Lily in, he's out. It kind of, the way they're playing is very different. Chris, no, that would be funny. The amount of fighting sounds like a Saturday night in Glasgow. Richard, that's funny. Yeah, you know what? It's sometimes these games get going, right? They're standing up for themselves, and that's exactly what we want to see. Matthews is Toronto's biggest playoff weakness. Ooh, that's a statement right there, Canadian white trash guy. That is a A big statement right there. I don't know if I necessarily agree, but I think the problem with Matthews, when it comes to the playoff time, I'm not making excuses. Let's just say that. I'm not making excuses. I think the league, not the league, the city, Leaf fans put so much pressure on Matthews when it comes to playoff time. It's very hard, unless he's scoring 2 or 3 goals a game, it's very hard for Matthews to live up to our expectations. If he goes a game or two in the playoffs without scoring a goal, he's getting ragged on. I think we have unrealistic expectations. Um, Now, saying that, listen, I'm like all of you. I want these guys to play well. I try and call it as it is. If they're playing great, I say it. If they're not playing great, I'll say it. But I really think overall we have very unrealistic expectations. And that's why we get so mad and we get let down so much. Me as well. I'll be the first one screaming and shouting. Heck, I even swore last game when they tied it up, coming back 5 goals. It slipped out of my mouth. Onyx, you were so kind to clip that. And we got that posted in the comments on the last stream. It was hysterical. But that's why we're sports fans. That's why we love our sports teams. We want them to win. We cheer for them when they don't perform. It's, you know, it's a letdown. When we look around at, let's look at non-sports, right? Whatever you do for a living. If you're a student, I asked ChatGPT to write a joke about the Leafs and said, why did the Leafs start a gardening club? Because all they do is play. Onyx, that's funny. Um, you know, in our regular work, when we were in school, everybody was in school once upon a time. When you didn't do well on a couple of tests, you would get down on yourself. Your family might have got down on you because you didn't do as well as they expected. Everybody expects their kids to perform well, and sometimes we have to set our expectations at a reasonable level. Right now, we say, hey, we're paying 4 guys like 40% of our salary cap or whatever the number is. I don't know what it is. Our expectations are way up here. Toronto should be winning every game. They should be in every game. It's not realistic that your top 4 are going to score 1,000,000 goals every game. And that's why doing what Dubas has did, and I've said it, he who should not be named. What a brawl in the holy moly in the Pittsburgh. What is going on? Sorry, Florida Columbus. I just looked up and they're showing these highlights. I don't know what game that was from, but that might have been from the Nick Cousins situation, but I looked up and they was showing a highlight of the little brawl there. But we really got to bring our expectations down a notch. For me, regular season, let's just get in the playoffs. Not a wild card. Let's get a regular spot. Let's get that home ice advantage. Then when we get in the playoffs, let's talk. But the problem what Dubas has set us up with is we have all this salary with our top players. Doesn't mean our expectation has to be up here, right? We have good players, and we'll be honest, let's be real, right? Tavares probably isn't pulling his weight where we'd like to see him be. Definitely going to be some salary changes, but for what we're doing right now, I think we have to be, satisfied because the Leafs are in a good spot. More likely get cross-checked with a 9-iron in Scotland. Paulie, that's really funny. To write a joke with. I'm falling behind here. Does home ice really matter? Overtime? Not really. It's more. I think it's more for obviously you get the extra games, right? You get that extra game. Game 7 at home. There's nothing like going to a game 7 at home, playing in your own building. It's super, super awesome. I don't think it matters as much as it did way back when, but it definitely matters. And so the reason I was saying all of this stuff, what? Morgan, are you serious? Is that true? Did that happen? Is Marcus Stroman back? Hang on. I'm trying to find out. Rick coming in the $5 super chat. Great job for doing both games, Canada and Maple Leaf. Rick, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thanks for all the support. Thank you, everybody, for your support. But Rick, thank you for the super chat. I'm trying. I don't see it saying Marcus Stroman back in Toronto. Are you sure? Because that would be awesome. And Matthews doesn't challenge for the puck because playoff positions correctly. So when we get to, I lost my train of thought. I got so excited about Marcus Stroman. Oh yeah, Toronto. We've been hard on them. Listen, I'll admit we've been very hard on them for some games here on this channel, especially Samsonov. But as we talked about the other night, Samsonov only has one regulation loss. He's got a ton of overtime losses, but only one regulation game loss. Toronto this year, in 27 games, they've only lost 6. Now they've in regulation. They've lost 6 in overtime, but they got points for that. Toronto has only lost 6 regulation games. The New York Rangers have 7 regulation losses. 7. The Boston Bruins, who we can all agree was the best team last year, they're one of the best teams this year, currently sitting top of the East. They have 5 regulation losses, so just one less than the Maple Leafs. And plus, the Boston Bruins have 4 overtime losses, so just 2 more than the Maple Leafs. So when all is said and done, through 27 games, Toronto is sitting 3rd in the Eastern Conference. Most teams have played 29 and 30 games, a couple even 31. So Toronto has a number of games to catch up on, and they're sitting 3rd right now. So I think that's pretty darn good. And they had the Sweden trip in there as well, which is why they've played less games. But they had to deal with that. And I think we can all admit that first game back after the Sweden trip was not pretty at all. So while we've been hard on them, let's look at the facts. And the facts are they're 3rd in the Eastern Conference, just behind the Rangers, and they're playing some pretty good hockey right now. All right, Jennifer, I will check. I'll take a look after the stream, but thanks for sending it. I'll definitely take a look. So that's pretty awesome. I'm happy to see. Home ice gets calls, the fans. So Onyx, yes, for anybody other than Toronto. For whatever reason, and it's not just Wes McCauley, when you look at the stats, the Maple Leafs were the least, what's the word? Sorry, they were the most penalized team. They had the least amount of calls go their way. So they had the least amount of calls go their way, I think it was last year, and in the playoffs as well. And when you look at those numbers, I mean, we saw they played Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was a dirty team. Florida was a dirty team. We all agree that it was good hockey, but it wasn't clean. And Toronto really got hosed on a lot of those calls. And listen, people either love the Leafs or they hate the Leafs. And anyone who hates the Leafs will say, oh, Leaf fans, stop whining, blah, blah, blah. But it's true. It's in the numbers. Toronto just doesn't get the calls. So for Toronto having home ice advantage, for me, it's just to have that game 7 at home. Calls, I don't think it's going to influence the calls at all. Besides, Toronto fans are so quiet when they're there anyways. They're not going to entice the ref to blowing a whistle at all. Hockey from home, what's going on? Agree, but TML all put in effort that period. They did lead. They all showed up. They played really good hockey. Really good hockey. And it was so much fun to watch and see what they were doing, right? They did exactly what they needed to do. And I mean, they shut the door. They shut the door. They played well. They cycled well. They made some good shots. They made some great passes. It was awesome. Officiating against Toronto was a bit, yeah, Fred, right? It was terrible. Did Nyes get an assist? If not, he needs one. Oh, Lee, I don't remember. Did he get, no, he doesn't have an assist. Just the goal in the fight. We're still waiting on the assist to see if he can pull that one off. Guess Bennett showed Nyes not to put up with this year. It was sweet to see him stand up. Yeah, listen, you got to. And I think this is one thing we saw in the, earlier in the year when Marchand took Liljegren down and nobody did anything. Everyone was standing around like staring elsewhere. No, man, you got to drop the gloves. You got to stand up to them. You got to make people, I don't want to say pay. That's not the right word, but You got to stand up for your teammates. Brett, what's going on? Welcome in. And we say, thank you everyone for being here. I mean, what a great week this has been. There's been a lot of hockey this past week. We saw some really good games. It's been a whole lot of fun. The conversation, the chat has been amazing. So thank you as a community for doing everything that you do and making these streams fun. I know you enjoy listening to me and my opinions and getting the call of the game to see what's going on in the Leaf game, but the conversations in the chat are just absolutely incredible, and I really truly appreciate you guys for bringing it. What, there are people that hate the Leaf. Paulie, that's right. Who'd have thought? Who knew? Who knew? I believe the all-time low of the Toronto season. At least I hope it was. Oh, that was, yeah. I hope it was too, Grandpa. Anytime, if something goes down in this room and this team is low, somebody should stand up and say, remember when Marchand did this and nobody did a thing? We're not going to be that team anymore. And that should be the reminder they take through to wake themselves up when they're down. But we're getting performance from some players that are showing it doesn't have to be a 4-player team. Charlie, what's going on? Welcome in. I hope the storms have passed for the most part. But Bobby Mack, that's a big deal, him getting his first goal. I mean, that was huge. We've been waiting for that for a while. Dahlia, how's it going? Rangers and Bruins. Oof. That is tough. I mean, I hate to say it. It's probably going to be the Bruins. Rangers right now have some injuries. And they're big. I believe Capo Caco and Hedel are both still out, and that's a big part of the Rangers group. So I would probably go with the Bruins. It's going to be a very close game, but I'm thinking the Bruins. What do you think? Who are you leaning towards, Dahlia? Jansen, what's going on? Welcome in. The Leafs make the same 2 mistakes that stopped them from seeing the Cup final. Can you name them? Oh, you're putting me on the spot. They don't use their defenseman the way they need to use a defenseman, and I mean that in an offensive way. They don't pass back to the point for true shots. They often will pass back to the point to move the puck around, and then the defense slide low and take a sharp angle shot. So shots from the point would be the one thing. I think the other problem Toronto runs into is, well, I know this isn't what you're thinking. I'm a big fan of Toronto playing a group defense, but at times when you collapse all 5 players down around the front of the net, it's dangerous. It doesn't work. You're going to tell me the way they set their lines is a big mistake, that they don't have the right intensity spread along their lines to give their goal scorers some protection, some checkers to clear the way and open the lane. I think that's where you're going to go. All right, we're getting ready for the second period. Let's see. We'll get this ready to go. And again, thanks for hanging out. If you are coming in, make sure you hit that subscribe. We're going to be off for a couple of days, but we'll be back on Tuesday for the Leafs and whoever they're playing. I think they're playing. Is it the Rangers again they're playing? I know they got the Rangers coming up soon. We got the Rangers. We got the Jackets. We got the Sabres. Lots of hockey coming up. There are 5 bases to cover, and the Leafs are nowhere near them. There you go. All right, let's see. We got second period about to kick it off. Let's see if they can continue it going. The second period has been a very difficult period for the Maple Leafs in games past. Let's see if they can keep this intensity and get it going. All right, Lee. Next goal for Bert, assisted by Nice. Let's see if you call that one correctly. Toronto off the draw. They're going to move this one ahead. We're going to update our shots here because we're a little bit behind. Moving it around. Toronto in their own zone. Going to move it to the line. They can't hold it in. Knives. No, it's Kemp. He's racing down. He's going to pick up this puck, and he gets hit hard into the boards. Pittsburgh going to move it around. Liljegren coming in on the pinch. Getting it over to Kempf. He's going to reverse this. Tristan Jarry out to stop it. Going to play this over to Ludwig. Ludwig, cross ice pass. Here comes Pittsburgh. Pass in the middle. Liljegren intercepts. He's going to play it up, and it's tipped into the Pittsburgh zone, but from the wrong side of the blue line, and it's going to be an icing call, Toronto. We want hockey, no more soccer. That's really funny. All right, Mark. Let's go. Let's see what this team can do. Toronto, Pittsburgh in a slugfest here that Toronto is winning. Quick shot. That's going to be knocked out. Moving this around. Drew O'Connor can't come through. To the line. Quick shot. That one's going to get knocked out. Moving around. Trying to come through. Liljegren with a shot there. That one was close. Woo-wee. Love the pace of play here. Love the pace of play. Hang on one second. Give me a moment. All right. Never mind. I just had to check something for myself. Danny T, what's going on? Gonna move this around. Here's Nylander. Nylander with this puck. Annie, hello there. He needs a whole lot more. Toronto Maple Leafs sign and star center Matthews. Yeah. Here's Pittsburgh with it. Pittsburgh carrying this one around. Cycling it through. Thank you for 100 likes. Good job, everybody. Appreciate it. We got another icing call. This time it's going to be charged to Pittsburgh. This is coming all the way back. You don't build a soccer wall of players between the shooter and the net. No, you don't. Hockey Pro, what's going on? Good to see you. Sporting the Matthews logo. Matthews out with illness today. He's got the flu. So he's finding himself out and about. Here's the draw. This is going to be shaken back. Pittsburgh going to pick it up. Going to throw this all the way down the ice. Toronto trying to knock this one through. Tavares going to play it around. Carlson back to get it. Carlson looking. He's going to slide this one ahead. Here comes Pittsburgh. Quick shot on. That's going to be steered to the corner. Penguins are in that mode now where they're just starting to try and throw some pucks towards the net. Here comes Nylander. Nylander picking it up. He's going to carry this one in. Nylander on the move. He shoots. Just misses. Bertuzzi with the rebound. Cannot get it and contain it. Coming around. Nylander with it. Throwing it over. Here's a shot. It kind of hopped on McCabe. McCabe with a chance, but the puck just rolled on him. Didn't get all of it on his stick. Here's Pittsburgh again. They hit the red line, and they're just dumping it right in on the goaltender. Here as they come. Knives feeding it over. Domi shoots. He scores. Domi puts it in from Knives. It's a Bobby Orr hat trick.
Holy mackerel!
What a great play. Matthew Knives feeding Max Domi. Boo-yah. That was huge, and Nedeljkovic is going to come into this game.
You got the touch.
What a goal.
Yeah! Cause that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold Simpson.
What a goal. Domi fakes the shot, stalls. He had him bit. He had him down and out. He waited. He put it in. I said Gordie Howe is what I meant. Gordie Howe hat trick. The Gordie Howe hat trick is done. Davey boy, what's going on? That was absolutely awesome. Domi, don't listen to the hate. That's right, Tristan. That's right. He is playing something else now. I knew that Gordie hat trick was coming. There you go. I can't believe I said Bobby Orr. Oh my gosh. Can you tell it's been a long week? The Gordie Howe trick is in the books. A goal, a fight, and an assist. What a night. It is Jonesy. Martin Jones playing in goal for Toronto. The Gordie Howe hat trick is in the books. Wow. Coming around in front. Jones has to be sharp here, and he continues to be sharp. Here they come again, driving towards the net, trying to put it in. Domi picking up his second. Is it second? What's his second of the year for Nyes and Marner. Excellent, excellent work. Nyes and Domi and Marner connecting. I mean, this line has been unbelievable right now. And we know Matthews, hopefully he's not out for long with this flu. But it kind of begs the question, do you break these three up the way the chemistry is flowing right now? Marner's going, Domi's going, Nyes has got it going. Uh-oh, here comes Toronto. They steal it again. Marner shoots off the post. Marner with the post. Onyx, he's got it. He had the fight earlier. So he's got it. So the question is, where do you put Matt? Do you put... Uh-oh, here's Toronto breaking through. One-handed on the stick. Bobby McMahon, one-handed on the stick. Letang is going to drive him into the net. And we got some pushing and shoving going on. Holmberg comes in, and Pettersson's going to pull him out of there real quick. McMahon gets shoved in. Oscar, welcome to the show. Letang has words. That's very close to being a penalty shot, I think. So great effort here. Pittsburgh trying to get a little tough. Marner has been so close. Marner has just been waking up. Yeah, right, Curtis? It's been a long week. It's been a fun week, but it's been a long week. So Bobby Mack, he had the step. He didn't have full possession, but he was driven into the net by Letang. Letang going to get called for holding. Oh, so they gave... Wow. Letang gets the 2 minutes, and he's getting a 10-minute misconduct. So Chris Letang, a 2-minute penalty and a 10-minute misconduct. Enjoy the box, Chris Letang. Go Leafs, go. What a start to this hockey game. Leafs, this is Hockey Pro. It is in Toronto. Toronto is the home team tonight. Wow. So Leafs on the power play. Let's keep it going. Marner going to bounce this back off the boards to Nylander. Nylander taking a look. Here they come, down low. Setting it up now. Marner's going to shoot. Nice stop there by Nedeljkovic. The puck goes off the shoulder, up and out of play. Krista says, let's get that wave going. Let's get those hands up. We're going to call it in 3, 2, 1. Hey, get them going, get them going. Get those hands up. Get those hands up. So far a nice start for the Leafs. The M's are dominating this game tonight. Matthew Nyes with a goal. Mitch Marner with a goal. McMahon with a goal. Max with a goal. All the M players dominating the scoreboard for the Leafs. There we go. Love seeing those hands fly around. Hey, here's Riley to Nylander, shoots. They score! John Tavares! How you doing?
Holy mackerel!
Captain John Tavares reporting for duty. He puts it in on the power play. And Toronto, for the second night in a row, second game in a row, put 5 up on the board. We want 8. Leo says it's time for 8. The M&Ms. Yeah, John Tavares had to screw up that whole theory. Do we know what John Tavares' middle name is? Is he like John Murray Tavares? Or John Michael Tavares? What's Tavares' middle name? It has to have an M for this to work. 5-0 lead. Unbelievable. What a game. What a game. Captain Johnny T. That's right. Wow. Pittsburgh has it around. They're going to move it. Jeff coming in with the Go Leafs Go. His 9th of the year for Tavares. And they're in offside. Riley And Nylander picking up the assists. Wow. What a great, great game. Now, if you're just coming in, if you're just joining us, that's right, Dallas. What is in the Kool-Aid? What have they been on? But we love it. If you're coming in and joining us, if you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. Hit that subscribe button. Let's see if we can get to 9170 tonight. 9170. Do we have 9 subscribers in our books? Here's Pittsburgh, long shot, and that's going to be stopped. And Lagesson and McCabe laying down the law in front of Martin Jones, saying, you out of here. Martin Jones is playing pretty solid. He hasn't been tested. He hasn't been forced to move very quickly laterally, but he is playing real, real well. Crosby having some conversations here with David Kempf. Love it. David Kempf getting under the skin of Sidney Crosby. Crosby's going to win that draw back. Big collisions in front. Big shot block. Leaf player went down. I didn't see. I think it was Gregor. That came off him and shoots all the way down the ice. Yarncroc going in. He's going to be in there. Here comes Kempf on the forecheck. Pittsburgh's going to flip this one out. Toronto here to cut it off. Let's all drink the Kool-Aid together and the Leafs. If the Leafs don't win the cup this year. Listen, I love it. I don't think it's going to happen. I'd love to see it happen. I don't think the year is the year. But maybe things will change over the course of the season. Here's a blast. It's going to sit there. If Toronto plays like this more often, it'll be great. Yeah, Davey boy. Martin Jones was a solid pickup. A great pickup in case of injury. Here's a one-timer coming off. That's going to sail just wide. And I think because he's been playing so well, he gives the team that added confidence. Confidence does a lot for you. But let's hope they don't stop. You don't want to be like like Columbus the other night and give up 5. Here comes Pittsburgh right down. Going to drop it off. A shot. Smith at the side of the net. Jonesy's down. It's in between his legs. Benoit's got his arms wrapped around a Pittsburgh player. It's Drew O'Connor. I thought he was going to give him a send him to Suplex City there the way he had him wrapped up. Yes, they do, Krista. Yeah, Reeves is gone, and that's okay because the only thing Reeves contributed was a big negative number. Reeves on the ice for too many goals. But it's unbelievable the way they're playing right now. Don't forget, Matthews not in the lineup tonight. Matthews not in the lineup, but they are playing some great, great hockey. Let's take a quick look at the ice time. I'm very curious to see how it's going to shape up. 6.5 for Domi so far, 8 minutes for Marner, 7 minutes for Gregor, 7 from Yarncroc. Knives has only been on the ice 3 minutes and 36 seconds. 3.5 minutes for Knives. I feel like he's played so much more than that. The way he has been in there today, a goal, assist, and in a fight. I mean, all in 3 minutes. That's unbelievable. Holmberg has only played 2.25. Bertuzzi is 8 minutes. That's way too much. David Kempf at 7 minutes. McMahon, 2.5. Nylander is over 10 minutes. Tavares is at 9. So Nylander leads the way for the Leaf forwards with Bertuzzi in second. On the D side, Benoit is about 7.5. Jake McCabe is about 10 minutes. Connor Timmins is 8 minutes. Liljegren is 8 minutes. Riley is at 9.5. And Lagesson at 6. So they got to get Lagesson in there more. I mean, I know he's just coming back from missing a couple of games with the flu, so maybe that's why they're holding him back a little bit. But Riley, 9.5 minutes, that's okay. Jake McCabe, almost 10 minutes, so McCabe and Riley really carrying the load there, but Timmins and Liljegren with 8 minutes as well. So they're spreading it around a little bit. I'm okay with that ice time. My only concern is I think it's a little much for Bertuzzi. The way Knives and Domi are playing, I'd like to see them get a little more time on the ice. I'm sure with the penalties and power plays and all that stuff, that definitely cuts into it. But they're playing some great, great hockey right now. George, what's going on? Welcome in.
I know you're a proud goalie, Mom.
They are, Colin. They definitely are. They're making Matthews proud. And you know what? More than that, they're making Tree Living proud right now. It was a 3-2 hockey game the first time these two teams met, but they are really giving it now. And this is exactly what we like to see. Toronto putting it around to Riley. Riley's going to go up the boards. Bertuzzi's going to tip this one ahead. Here is Tavares again. It's behind him. Tavares cuts to the middle. He shoots, saves, he shoots again, and it goes just wide. Tavares coming close with a couple of shots. Nice opportunity there for the captain, Tavares. He's starting to heat up. This is a quick shot. It's going to go wide. Picked up by Riley. Riley, a long lead pass for Nylander. He's got an angle. He shoots. Big, juicy rebound. Bertuzzi can't get in there. Nylander with a nice shot. He's coming close. The Leafs now over 20 shots. This coming all the way down the ice. Lagesson's going to pick it up. 13 minutes to go. 13 minutes to go. That's right, Paulie. Either that or Bertuzzi's going to be the next one. There's a cross-check to take down McMahon out of the play. Either that or Bertuzzi's going to be the next player injured and out on long-term IR. Seems to be how the Leafs make up for some of their mistakes. We got a delayed penalty coming up to the Maple Leafs. So a delayed penalty for the Maple Leafs, but no call on the Leaf that was cross-checked without the puck? All right. Proving themselves they don't need Matthews to score multiple goals. It's an interesting thing, Curtis. It is Richard. It is a very interesting thing. Yeah, Matthews out with that flu bug that's going through the whole lineup. So Holmberg gets the trip. Okay, so Holmberg gets the trip, but there was no call when he got taken out earlier. So here we go. Let's see where this is going to do. What can the Leafs do on the penalty kill? The penalty kill they had earlier didn't last very long because Pittsburgh went and took some penalties. So let's see how Toronto responds here. So Malkin, he's set. He's ready to go. Nedeljkovic had to wait a minute. Crosby going to kick this back to the line. Carlson to Crosby. Crosby trying to thread the needle into the slot. Can't do it, but gets the puck back. Carlson, a shot that's going to sail high. McCabe is going to pick it up and send it down the line. Carlson tried to keep it in. He could not do it. Colin, the picture of that official dancing looks very similar to Crosby right about now. I think they're about the same age. Here comes Pittsburgh, going to dump this one in. Chase is on. McCabe is going to stop it. He goes high on the glass. It gets knocked down, and then the pass attempt gets knocked up and out of play. So 30 seconds gone in this power play for the Penguins. Malkin, you know, you got to wonder how long Malkin, Crosby, Gunsel, Letang, these guys have played together forever. How long can they keep them together until some of them start retiring? Pittsburgh setting it up off the faceoff, coming around, cross ice pass in the middle to the point with a blast. That's going to go just wide. Carlson, 97 miles an hour. That was a rocket of a shot. It didn't get all the way through. Colin dropping that freeze. Thank you very much. Hitting that freeze, using those points. And by the way, if you're new and you're wondering how to do that, how you bring stuff up on the screen, first step is earn those points. You can do exclamation mark points in the chat. It'll tell you exactly how to earn those points. Then you just find the graphic you want. You'll see the list of commands, and you just push the button. Pittsburgh setting it up. You do exclamation mark redeem and whatever the keyword is. Let's get the wave going. We had a wave redeem. 3, 2, 1. Hey, it's time to get those hands up. Time to get those hands going. Coming around. Pittsburgh backdoor in front. Jonesy got a piece. Pittsburgh still with it. They're holding it in. 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds to go. Back to the point to Malkin. Malkin over to Carlson. Carlson had Crosby on the far side. Back to Carlson. To Malkin. Malkin to Carlson. He steps into that one. It hits Liljegren in the back. Back to Crosby with a shot and a nice stop by Jones. 91.1 miles an hour. Liljegren took that in the back. That's going to leave a mark. Carlson going down low. Sliding play by Lagesson. Excellent play. Power play is over. We're back at 5-on-5. Toronto can't get it out. Pittsburgh still controlling. Passing it around. Another shot block. Jonesy makes the save. Toronto's going to get it to the line, and now it's out. Good kill, good kill. Even though Pittsburgh had most of the ice time, Toronto coming through with some big blocks. Just about 10 minutes to go. Pittsburgh still with this puck. They're still working it around. John, what's going on? Welcome in. Coming through. Here's a shot, and Jones is going to make that save. He's going to hang on to it, and that's going to even up our shots here. 21 shots apiece. So Pittsburgh had a nice little set. Nice little set on the power play, but Toronto doing an excellent job. Liljegren took that right in the back. Yikes. And Lagesson, was it Lagesson? Yeah, it was Lagesson. That sliding defensive play, that was awesome. Jones and Domi have to be the star. Krista, they're definitely up there. They're making a case. Here's Timmins. Timmins going to dump this one in. Gilmore was one of my favorite players. Mark, 100%. Gilmore was awesome. He didn't have a lot of time in Toronto, but he was awesome the time he was here. Remember, he tried to come back, and he had that one shift, and he hurt himself, and that was it. Domi had to turn around as the Leafs were offside. Ron, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome back in, I should say, and they're offside at the Pittsburgh line. So we're going to get a face-off just outside. Why do you like Matthews, who's a total opposite? Matthews is one of those players. He's how do I say this? Matthews, when Matthews is in a game, he can be feisty. Matthews hits a lot. He does throw a lot of hits. I saw a stat that showed through the first several seasons, Matthews and Ovechkin kind of on the goal pace. Matthews right now, through his first so many years, is 5 goals ahead of Alex Ovechkin, right? So we know what Ovi is doing. Ovi was chasing Gretzky. Ovi not having a good year goal-wise, so that's really going to hurt him if he doesn't start picking it up. But if Matthews is ahead of Ovi on that pace, if Ovi doesn't break it, will Matthews one day have a chance to get it? Now, Matthews doesn't play the same style of game that Ovechkin does because Ovechkin hits everybody. He played a very physical game. Matthews gets physical, but not as physical as Ovi. So he might have a little bit longer. However, Matthews has those wrist and back issues that always seem to creep up every year. So it's going to be interesting to see in the long run, where does Matthews' goal production take him? Listen, he is a good player. He is a very good player. I think under the Leafs system, he's been coddled a little bit. He's been babied a little bit. We got to bring that fire, that intensity back. Unfortunately, with a lot of players, when they get those big dollars, the drive kind of disappears because they're like, listen, I'm making all the money I need, and you want to see that feistiness, that competition come out of him. You don't want to see him fade away just because he got paid. But he's doing well. Listen, he's leading the league in goals this year. What more do we want from him right now? Domi in here to take the draw. Pittsburgh's going to kick that one in. Pittsburgh's setting it up. We're under 10 minutes, 9.5 to go here in the second period. At the line, Toronto's going to chip it up to Marner. Marner can't move it in. Pittsburgh starting to get really up on the Leaf puck carriers, and it's going to chip up and out of play. So we got to do this one again. Time to get it going. Pick it up. Squirty birdie. He's the one. I mean, I wasn't happy about Reeves or Klingberg, and we know what Klingberg is done for the year. Reeves will be back at some point. They got to do something with Bertuzzi. I've been very disappointed with him since coming. I was excited for him, but not impressed by any means. Pittsburgh going to move this one up, trying to get it in. They can't. Pittsburgh now in. Big shot. Jonesy square to the shooter, makes a nice save right on. Pittsburgh down to the line, sending it in. Tip is going to go on him, but he makes a save again. Coming around through. Russ, what's going on? I see my Penguins didn't show up tonight. I think they're stuck at the border. Here's a shot and a big shot block there. Connor Timmins with a big shot block. Toronto, Domi had a chance to come out. He took a bump. Domi's going to play this back to Timmins, up to Marner. Marner's going to chip this one in, and he's going to give chase on it. Back to pick it up here is Pierre-Olivier Joseph, and the Penguins going to move this ahead. O'Connor coming in. O'Connor with it. He's going to be forced to the boards. Nylander can't get it. Bertuzzi can't get it. Penn's going to turn and dump this one right in. Chase is moving along. And Penguins right now in this period, 13 shots. Toronto only have 10 shots. Nylander can't get it. Riley Smith has it. He's going to send it in front. Nobody can direct it on. 8 minutes to go in this period now. I'll watch the Leafs last cup. So that's funny. So Malkin doesn't like this call. He's giving it to the refs. He's not happy about it. Malkin's going to go off to the box. Toronto will get a chance on the power play. So you'll see all night long, you'll see our mailing address, our snail mail address in the chat. If you ever wanted to send us anything, a letter, a postcard, a picture, whatever it is, if you have something you want to send us, we love getting mail. You can send it to the address you see in the chat. We want to thank our amazing friend who sent us this awesome on-air sign. So thank you very, very much. Really appreciate it. It's absolutely awesome. So thank you for that. And anything you want to send, if you want us to open it live on air, we will do that. If you want it to remain personal, send me a note and just let me know it's not to be shared and we can keep it personal. So thank you very much. This coming out and all the way down the ice. Leafs going to back it up. Riley back there trying to set it up. Leafer for life. Absolutely for life. Or I should say life. Here comes Nylander. Nylander going to change this one in. Leaf fan since I was 2. There you go. Toronto coming right out of the corner. Marner couldn't feed it across. Backhander into the high slot. Here's a shot off the post. Riley dings the iron. Here's Tavares with it. Tavares going to cycle around. Putting it back to the line. Cross ice pass for Nylander. Nylander can't feed it through. Domi tried to pick it out of the air. He couldn't. And Pittsburgh going to send this up and all the way down the ice. We got 1:10 left to go. 1:10 left to go here in the power play. He drew a penalty. That's right. He did something. Here's Knives. Knives going to spin around. Knives working it down low, feeding it back to the line for Timmins. Over to Bertuzzi, back to Timmins. Timmins is going to elect to shoot. That one gets blocked. It's going to go off the boards and all the way down. It's a race. And here comes Jones out to play it off the boards to Nick Robertson. Nick Robertson going to turn this one around. Nicky's waiting. Now he's going to move. Here comes little Nicky. Nick Robertson going to feed this one across to Knives. He plays this down low in the Pittsburgh zone. Robertson crashing in the corner, coming away with it. Yarncroc to the line, over one-timer for Knives. And a nice stop there by Nedeljkovic. Playing it back to the line for Timmins. Timmins putting it across. Here's another blast, and this one is going to sail just wide and all the way down and around. Toronto going to turn and go again. There's only 8 seconds left to go. This coming all the way down. Toronto has a chance. Gregor drops it for Bertuzzi. To Gregor, he shoots, he scores. It's in the back of the net. There you go. Bertuzzi picks up an assist.
Holy mackerel!
6-0. How you doing? Nice goal. Kyle Dubas. Thank you. Hope you're doing well in Pittsburgh. Riley almost had one earlier. So Nyes, we'll have to see. I don't know if Nyes will assist it. Right now it's just saying Gregor from Bertuzzi. Nyes did get an assist earlier if you missed it. Nyes did get an assist earlier. Bertuzzi or Dubas kind of doing one of these and he looks away as the camera shines up at him. So, you know, he's feeling a little heat right now. That was huge. That's Dubas in Pittsburgh. Dubas, do you need a tissue? 6-0. Toronto going to slow this one down. And another power play coming up. As Jonesy's leaving the net, the officials got the arm up. So a delayed penalty coming up to Pittsburgh. With 5 minutes to go, Pittsburgh finally touches it up. Dan, what's going on? Matthews is off tonight. He's got the flu. the flu that's been tearing through the lineup. So he does have the night off tonight. Hopefully it's just a one-night thing. So Gunsel gets the high stick up in the face of David Kempf, and Gunsel goes off. And so let's see if Toronto can keep it going. That was Noah Gregor, his 5th from Bertuzzi. Gregor, when you look at his points, Gregor could be the steal. Point production to salary could be the steal in this year's NHL season. I mean, he is just playing incredible hockey. There's reports Crosby has been missing. That's funny. My cousin was in the NHL. We were allowed to stay up and watch him. Oh, Beverly, that's so much fun. I couldn't imagine what it would be like to have a family member playing in the show. That would be so cool. I mean, just being able to stay up and watch them, cheer them on. It's a whole different level when you have family partaking and being with you. So that would be such a cool experience. But Toronto's playing a good game. There's going to be a lot of people cheering tonight. You know, and again, we talked about it earlier. Max Domi, who's been getting a lot of hate on social media, has pretty much told them all to shove it because Max Domi has had an incredible night tonight. You know, he was in on the first 2 goals with some big time assists. Plus, he's got that goal of his own tonight. 3 points for Domi. It is outstanding. So Toronto, I mean, what the Leafs have been doing, it's so bizarre the way this team goes back and forth, back and forth. It drives me nuts, as I'm sure it drives you guys nuts. But look at these scores. They're up 6 today. They put up 5 in a loss against the Blue Jackets. They put up 7 against the Rangers. And then they barely get 3 against the Islanders. They get 4 against the Predators, 4 against the Senators, 3 against Boston, 4 against Seattle. It was way back to November 28th when they only scored 2 goals. So Leafs have been putting up a lot of goals, which is really, really good to see. So we got 5 minutes to go right now. Leafs are on another power play. Let's see if they're going to keep this going or if they're going to slow it down. Crosby will start breaking sticks at the bench soon. He is very passionate. Side of the net. Domi puts it in front for Tavares. He gets taken out. Leafs jam it in. Domi with another beautiful play. And Tavares had the chance, but he just got taken out. What a great pass by Domi again. This coming all the way down. Colin dropping that freeze. Here comes Domi. Domi on the move. He's going to bring it down. A little drop pass between the legs to Robertson. And a nice shot. Another great pass by Domi. Why am I saying all these great passes by Domi? Because, man, he deserves some recognition after what he's taken, the abuse online. Coming in front, Tavares. Can't put it in from Marner. Tavares is going to fall there, going around the boards. This is going to come all the way out and down the ice. 40 seconds left to go. 40 seconds remaining. Jones going to play this over to Knives. About 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the second period. Going to drop this back. Here comes Yarncroc. They're going to play it ahead off the skate of Bertuzzi. Tries to feed it across for Yarncroc in front. Just ran out of real estate. Pittsburgh going to turn the other way. Here goes Riley Smith. There it is, bringing up the Timmies. The Tim Hortons Cup for Timmy. Love it. Here they come again. Bertuzzi going to carry this ahead. Tries to feed it in for Robertson. Robertson made a nice move with that pass. Spinning around, Robertson kind of spun himself out there. Pittsburgh going to send this along the boards. Knives coming up to pinch. Knives gets sandwiched, and he plays it back to the point, but Timmins had already backed up a little bit. Knives going to put this off the boards. Can't get it in, so he's going to play it back. McCabe going to set it up. Moving it forward. Toronto stepping in. Toronto walking right up. High slot with a shot. That one gets blocked from Gregor, and it goes up and out of play. I might have had a talk with Max. I'm sure they talk lots. But I'm sure Domi probably lets... Sorry, I should say Ty probably lets Max take his coaching from the coaching staff. I'm sure as a dad, he gives his feedback. but I'm sure it's done in a respectful way, like we all do. If you have a child in sports, you let the coaches coach, but you remind them, keep your stick on the ice, go to the net, don't pass it up the middle. You know, you let the coaches coach, but you give them this small little reminders. But I'd love to hear their conversations, that's for sure. Puck on Jonesy. Jones is going to play this one up. Toronto chips it out all the way down into the Pittsburgh zone. Power play has expired. They are on even the strength. 5-on-5. Here comes the Penguins up the left side. They're going to dump this one down. Jordan bringing in the pickle man. Gotta love the pickle man. Pittsburgh fans on the pass in front. Leafs can't get it out. Shot from the point, and that one's going to be knocked down. Liljegren, what an impact he's had in his return here tonight. Another play. Liljegren clears it out from the front of the net. David Kempf doesn't know where to go. He's going to flip it over to Lily. Lily with a nice outlet pass to McMahon. McMahon, he's going to take a bump as he was shooting that puck in. Popeye's new flavor, maple glazed penguin wings. That's awesome. 2 words for you, Sam. Double figures. Now, let me tell you, you talk about Popeye's wings. Are you guys, is everybody here a fan of Popeyes? I myself, I'm not a huge Popeyes fan. Letang brings it out, and then right back in on the offside as Knies was all over him. Letang is laughing as Knies forced him to make a play. Yeah, they're putting pucks to the net, Tristan. Just throwing pucks to the net. They got to do what they got to do. What if your coach was your dad? So Morgan, my dad coached me for many, many, many years. I mean, it was at a low level, but that was definitely, we definitely had conversations at the rink and outside of the rink. How dare you say, Dan, I just, you know, whatever the spice is in the chicken, I'm not a huge fan of it. But I will tell you, when I spent some time working in the CFL, here comes Crosby driving in. This one's going to be knocked down. One of the sponsors was Popeyes, and we ate a lot of Popeyes chicken. So I've definitely eaten my fair share. Popeyes Cajun poutine is some good stuff. Haven't tried that one. Here comes Pittsburgh walking in. A shot, it gets blocked. Rebound Letang. He can't put it through. Toronto fails to clear. Timmins turns it over. Toronto working around. Here's a quick shot, but I will say I do prefer KFC original recipe. Timmins going after Crosby. Crosby going after Crosby and Tavares going at each other. Crosby throwing some glove punches there. Crosby getting his gloves up in the face of or Tavares getting the gloves up in Crosby. Look at Crosby getting in there with Crosby's dad in the house. The Penguins' dad's all there. Sidney Crosby trying to fire up his team, getting aggressive in there. I didn't play, Tristan. I just worked. Worked for one of the teams. So Crosby. Oh, he actually gave a throat punch. Jordan, he stole your move. Crosby with a throat punch to John Tavares. So Timmins is going to go to the box. Crosby in the box. Crosby with a throat punch. Wow. Nando's has the best chicken. John, I've heard that. I haven't had it myself. I've heard that. Shots might be close. But how is the shot quality? So I would tell you, Colin, up until the last few minutes, the shot quality for Pittsburgh has not been very good. Pittsburgh actually has taken the lead in shots, but their shot quality has not been good. Jones has not really been tested in a very hard way. Daryl, very embarrassing for them tonight. Crosby, all he wants to do now is fight the whole team. He's been watching Darcy Tucker videos. He's planning on going after the whole team, but he won't drop the gloves. Actually, that's not true. Crosby has dropped the gloves a couple of times in his career. Here's Riley going to play this one ahead. Yarncroc going to bring it in. He's going to roll this one down. We got 4-on-4 hockey to end this period and to start the next. Fresh Big Mary. Oh, Canadian white trash guy. I have not tried Big Mary's yet. So if you're recommending Big Mary's, I got to give that a try. Pittsburgh bringing it back to the point. Sending it around. Here's a quick shot. By the way, guys, hit that like button if you haven't. I haven't reminded you. Hit that like. Let's get the likes up to 150. Here's Carlson bringing it back around. Carlson to Malkin. Malkin, toe drag, taking a shot. Jones made the save, and he's going to smother that one up. not giving a huge rebound away, as they are now past 30 shots for the Penguins. So Pittsburgh definitely getting more shots on, but he's been playing really, really well. I'm a stranger than I hear because 7-6 Pittsburgh. Get out of here. Love the way the Leafs are protecting Jones. Peter, they are. They're doing a great job of that. I was going to say that's not special than I remembered. You're not in Canada. Love Mary Brown's, but it's getting expensive. All right. I will have to try it. We have not yet tried Mary Brown's. Here comes McCabe. McCabe going to turn around. He's going to play this one up. Down around Toronto, getting held on to. McCabe doing a little do-si-do there as Pittsburgh had them all wrapped up. That's going to do it. End of the second period. Let's go to the studio and have some conversations. All right, let's update the score here because it is now 6-3. Your goal scorers in the second period are as follows. Max Domi, his second from Nyes and Marner. Then Tavares, his ninth from Nylander and Riley. Then Gregor, his fifth from Bertuzzi and Timmins. Total shots, 25 for the Leafs, 31 for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh still leading in the faceoff circle, 60% to 40%. That's okay. Toronto 2 for 5 on the power play. Pittsburgh is 0 for 2. 12 hits for Toronto, 18 for Pittsburgh. Again, not an overly physical game, except for what Crosby's trying to do. 12 block shots for Toronto, 10 for Pittsburgh. 8 giveaways, 7 takeaways for the Leafs, 7 and 8 for the Penguins. A lot of penalties in this game, especially the second period. Letang had a holding call and a 10-minute misconduct. Holmberg tripping, Malkin high sticking, Gunsel high sticking, Crosby for slashing, and Timmins for roughing. Those are your scores. And very quickly, because it's Saturday night, we got some business to do. But here's your out-of-town scores. 1-0 Boston over the Rangers, end of the second. 4-2 Devils over the Blue Jackets, end of the second. 4-0 Montreal over the Islanders, end of the second. End of the second for Flyers Red Wings, and Flyers are winning 1-0. Jets are up 3-0 over the Avs, end of the second. Predators over the Caps, 1-0, end of the first. Blues down to the Stars. Stars with a 2-1 lead, end of the first. And the next set of games kick off in 1 minute, and that's going to be Buffalo and Phoenix. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, coming in. It's Saturday night, and what a better, there's no better way than to celebrate with a couple of guests. Please welcome to the show, Dallas Mittens Girl and AAU Triton. Oh, Triton, I see you did your hair. You went with a perm. Nice. That is pretty cool. Welcome in.
Yoda,
Welcome in.
I love it.
We might not have Don Cherry. This might not be Coach's Corner, but please welcome the Florida man and the Mod Girl. And first off, before we even get started, Dallas, congratulations on dominating. Well, it wasn't really a domination. It was almost 50-50. It was so close. But congrats on winning our first bracket tournament.
Thank you.
You are
Thank you.
the champion for now.
Thank you. Wilma is
Yes,
the
congratulations. Yes, congratulations, Dallas. Now make sure you mail out all those checks you promised everybody.
Thank you. Yes, Wilma is the best. She's awesome. She was an awesome.
That was a tough poll. That was really a tough poll.
That was very close. Thank you, Joe. I had to wear my mittens for Team Canada. The women kicked butt today. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That was
oh,
a nice
yeah.
win, a nice shootout win. I mean, that was awesome. Listen, even the games they've lost have been so good. I mean, the hockey is just
the games
awesome.
Have been so good.
And speaking of women's hockey, and I haven't really talked much about this at all, the PWHL, the Professional Women's Hockey League, kicks off January 1st, and they just announced, the Toronto franchise just announced, all of their home games are now sold out, which is absolutely incredible. Very, very good for them.
That's so awesome. So for their first season, that's so great. So I hope the fans will show up and support and bring the popcorn, bring the hot dogs, wear the jerseys, and play hard. They're gonna be some great games.
It
You
is.
really should call one of their games.
Yeah, so I'm waiting. I gotta see. So obviously we're gonna be away for a little bit when the season starts, but we're gonna take a look
Yes, we
and
are.
see what the schedule is. I haven't actually looked yet, and I'm afraid I don't want them to do a bunch of early games, right? So I gotta
Please
take a look
don't.
and see what the actual schedule is.
Please don't. Please.
Rick confirms sold out in 2
In
days.
2 days.
That is amazing.
Awesome.
That is very,
Awesome.
very cool.
And yes, and we will be away for the first part of the hockey season.
Yeah, we're gonna be away. Got some stuff to do, so we're gonna have more on what we're gonna be doing in the coming week because yeah, we're gonna have to make some adjustments and whatnot to our streaming schedule. But Triton, our good friend AAU, the Florida man, you know, the Leafs right now are, like I said, kind of third in the league. They're second in their division, comfortably sitting in a playoff spot.
Thank you,
And
Wow.
the Tampa Bay Lightning right now are not in the playoff picture, my friend. I'm just saying, maybe you should cheer for a good team. One that might
Yeah.
make the playoffs.
Show me a good team and I'll cheer for them.
Now, would you rather be, third in your conference, or would you rather be ninth in your conference? I think the
Well,
3 has a better ring to it.
to be
I'm
honest,
not with you. I'm
I just
laughing near you.
enjoy your commentary and seeing good hockey. I really don't matter to me what team is playing. Just the camaraderie we have here in this chat and how everybody.
Great answer. I love it.
True hockey fans just love a good game. It doesn't matter what teams are playing. They just love a good game.
That's absolutely right. I mean, that's the great answer. Thank you for the compliment. Let me just say that. I appreciate it. But that's right.
Of course, Stan's the best. Duh.
We
Everybody
always
knows
cheer
that.
for our teams, but all in all, we just want good hockey.
Yes.
And that's what we're getting right now tonight. I mean, if you're a Pittsburgh fan,
It's been a great game.
you've probably turned off the game and have gone to bed. But if we've learned anything over the last couple of nights, it's a 5-goal or 6-goal lead doesn't necessarily mean you are safe.
The game's not over until it's over.
Not with the Leafs, no.
Any team, do not count your pucks before they hatch, my people.
I mean,
do not
Toronto
count your
scored 19 goals. They scored five goals in, what was it, 19 minutes and 30 seconds or something like that. Overtime, bringing up the Coyotes. But yeah, I mean, the Leafs the other night, what they did in that third period was insane. Do you think we should try to re-sign Domi ASAP? Lee, I think absolutely 1,000% we should re-sign Domi. I don't think you're going to see anybody re-signed at this point until Nylander gets done. Because the last thing Tree Living wants to do is put himself in a position where he can't afford it. He already can't afford him. They're going to have to get creative with how they structure his salary. But, here's something real interesting. We talked recently about Shohei Ohtani, right? The Japanese baseball player, for those of you who don't know, signed a $700 million deal with the Dodgers, 10 years at $70 million. So what he did is he actually is only taking, and I think I have this correct, he's only taking $2 million. Was it $2 million a year? Or $20 million? He's taking a much smaller salary, and he's deferred his entire salary to the end of the contract. So that way the Dodgers can still spend money to build the team around him. I forget the exact number, but he's actually deferring his salary so he can use, the Dodgers have money to build around him, which I thought was very interesting. I've never heard of anybody doing that before.
It's mind-blowing. The amount of money that some of these players make in any sport, the amount of money is mind-blowing.
Yeah. $2 million. There it is. Thank you, Morgan. Yeah. That's crazy. Very us. Welcome in. If we re-sign Nylander, we won't be able to afford anyone, sadly. Well, I think what they do is,
that's right, Hayden.
a lot of the contracts, the way they're staggered is it's not, guys who sign 10 million, it's not always 10 million every year, right? Some teams front load it, so it might be, 10 or 12 million, then 10 million, then 8, and then it kind of goes down. So towards the last, the end of their contract, they're cheaper. So if they need to trade them, the salary isn't a factor. They might have to do something with Nylander's salary where next year, his extension year, it's a small fraction, right? It's a, maybe he gets a raise, maybe he gets 7 million next year, and then it's like 12 million the year after, and then it goes to like tens. So they'll do something where they'll structure it around. But I think either he signs or there's a clear path that says he's not signing. So now we know we have X amount of dollars to spend elsewhere. That's kind of what I think.
I thought this was hockey, not math class.
You
You know
gotta
what?
love hockey math.
It's
Hockey math.
it's
You gotta love it.
crazy.
Hockey
Teams
math.
now have a position of a called a capologist, where it is their job to study and understand the salary cap and the rules and regulations and all the potential loopholes and how they can use, other teams
Extra
retaining
money.
salary and trades and long-term injured reserve and all this stuff. They got to figure out how to make it work, and I think there's a way. There's a way to get it done, but it's going to have to be creative.
I think there's a way to get Nylander.
Don't get me wrong. They should be paid for what they do. They're professional athletes and stuff. Well, whatever happened for just playing for the love of the sport,
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I got to cut you off right now. They're showing in the Boston Ranger game, Boston is at it again. David Pastrnak running, I think it was Lindgren, completely from behind into the numbers. He is being tossed out. I mean, I don't understand how Boston gets away
How does Pastrnak
with
get
this stuff.
every damn time?
Pastrnak and Marchand, the hits
It's
from
Pastrnak.
behind, the dirtiness,
Pastrnak.
it's ridiculous.
Every time.
He got 2 minutes for boarding and a 10-minute
Every
misconduct.
time.
I hope that will be reviewed from the league because there's no place. That was full intent. He just runs him from behind. Sorry, I don't like that. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just seeing that and had to raise it.
No,
Boston's
that's
at it
fine.
again.
That's fine. I was
It's
just trying to say,
Pastrnak every time.
they deserve to be paid. I understand that, but I think they're paid a little too much. Whatever happened to playing for the love of the game?
Unfortunately, as this
A hockey
game,
career is so short, right? A sports career is so short. It is a lot of money, but a sports career is so short. They have to make a lot of money in a short space of time because they can't play hockey forever. I mean, like I said, Sidney Crosby is going to be 39 at the Olympics, and
I think the problem in sports, I'm trying to see if I can find that clip, but no dice.
or actually, Crosby will be 38. He won't turn 39 till August, so he'll and the Olympics is February, so he'll be 38.
Yeah, I think the problem with the salaries is not just hockey. Salaries in general is
I was saying it
far
altogether, not just hockey. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so far at a whack that it's there's almost nothing you can do to bring it down, right? Like the different players associations are not going to turn around and say, well, we're going to, bring everybody's contracts down 40%. There's not going to be anything to lower
Can't do that.
the cap numbers, unfortunately. But I think it should. Something has to be done because it's just ridiculous with the numbers are at right now. Hockey is the lowest. Yeah.
Did they have caps? When did the cap thing start? I don't remember salary caps back in the day because this is a newer thing, isn't it? Or
It's newer age, if you will. I don't know the exact date the caps kind of came into play. I'm sure somebody can Google that real quick. Yeah. Mark or Rick, they're pretty
and what was
quick
the reason why the powers that be put in salary cap?
So the whole point of the salary cap is to create fairness across the league, right? It's to prevent
Yeah.
your Torontos or New Yorks from going and signing every mega superstar. So this way, it says everybody has to spend, a minimum of X amount and then a maximum. There it is. Sid got it in there. Thank you, Sid.
Oh, thank you,
0506
Sid.
was
Yeah,
what
I
it
was
Oh,
gonna
was.
say I just
20 years, almost
Amazon
20 years.
did, and it said 2005. That doesn't seem that long ago.
No, it's
Almost
it's
20 years.
it's
Almost 20
it's
years.
recent times. But it's been tricky, right? That's why you have teams where you know you get in these situations like Toronto where you have your top four guys and then you can't afford to bring anything
Anybody else?
in anything else. Edmonton has a little bit of a similar conundrum, with Nurse and McDavid and Draisaitl and those folks, and they had
The
to
bots,
move some players out of the way too. And
just updating the bot software gets expensive.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And so what do, right? You want to win, you want to get the best players, but in order to
Yeah,
sign the best players, you got to pony up and pay. And you get in
you do.
situations, right? With this is what happened
Costs
in
money.
Toronto, is Matthews makes X amount of dollars, and Tavares makes X amount of dollars, and Marner says, "Well, I'm putting up these kind of numbers that Tavares is putting up. I'm kind of putting up what Nylander or what Matthews is putting up, so I should get X." Right? And that's Nylander's case. Nylander's is saying, "What the hell? I'm putting up better numbers than these guys.
Yep.
I deserve to be paid in their range." And that's
Yep.
that's the problem. Now there's precedent for dollar wise. So every time a free agent
Yeah.
signs, it starts a whole set of dominoes. On
Yeah.
July 1st every year, it's when guys can sign, the free agents can sign with their teams. And usually everybody waits to see, what that first big signing is going to do, because that
Yep.
sets the price for the open market. So if somebody comes in, let's say Nylander's the guy, or I think Pierre-Luc Dubois comes in and signs a $9.5 or $10 million contract. Well, now Nylander says, "Well, here's how I put up my stats are comparable to his, so I'm a $9.5, $10 million guy." Then the next guy says, "Well, I'm a little bit less than him, so maybe I'm only a $9 million guy," and then everything kind of falls into line.
After
So
that.
that's kind
Well,
of
I think we can afford Nylander, but like you said, I think they have to get creative and have to do some hockey math. And because I mean, if Nylander wants the money, he wants the money, and they're stuck. They can't just say, okay, go somewhere else, because nobody's gonna pay that.
Yep. And I mean, we're talking hockey players, one of the toughest sports, and they're getting, we're talking 12, 15 million, 15, nobody's making 15. Matthews with the big deal he just signed. But when you're talking like Shohei in baseball, it's $70 million a year. Baseball players are making that kind of
So much
money.
money.
Basketball players are making tens of millions of dollars a year. I mean,
Football,
hockey is the lowest
that's
by
nuts.
far. Football is up there. Um, so that's
Football is
the
nuts.
salary caps and the salaries in sports are just so far out of whack. And I get it, right? I get it. The guys deserve to be paid. They're putting their bodies on the line day in and day out. It's not just about the games they play, it's about everything else. These guys are away from their families the majority of the year. It's everything that comes along, the weight training, the eating, the everything that comes along with it. So I get
The
it.
team
Yes, they deserve to be
practices,
paid.
everything.
They deserve to be paid well, but I think it's out of control. There's a great
Yeah.
there's a great documentary on Netflix right now. I forget what it's called. It's about golf, and it's about some of the top superstars in golf and
Go.
following them through the major tournaments. And they pay their own way through all these tournaments, hotels and travel. And if they don't make the cut, if they play poorly on Thursday and Friday, they don't get paid. They have to go to the weekend. They have to play well in these tournaments to get paid. So it's very interesting. You should definitely take a look. But this is a great conversation. The third period is about to come back. Let's get a quick freeze and a shimmy in. So first a freeze and a shimmy. A shimmy, shimmy,
If we,
shimmy.
if
Triton
we could all
does.
just make what Tiger Woods makes, wouldn't that just be fab?
Right. Thank you guys so much.
That
Puck
guy.
is dropped. It's underway. Put your predictions in the chat. We want to see them. Dallas, Triton, thank you so much. By the way, I'll say it on the way out, but Triton has an unbelievable YouTube channel. He's almost at 1,000 subscribers. If you have not seen his stuff, go and check him out. AAU Triton, if you like what he does on the channel, give him a subscribe. Here come the Leafs again with a couple opportunities right off the bat. Wow, they came close there. That was a quick start. And here comes Malkin down the left side. It's still 4-on-4 hockey, by the way. Malkin driving in. This is coming around. He feeds it back to the line. That's going to hop out. Wow. All right. Let's get these shots updated again. I want to thank Dallas and Triton for hanging out. Our Saturday night special coming in and talking some puck. Really appreciate it. All right. Let's get these shots updated. Here comes Pittsburgh on the move again. Pittsburgh. Oh, they took a couple shots away from the Pens. So they're at 29. This coming around down the ice. Down low. Toronto with it. Comes right out in front. Look out. Could not contain it. They're going to move it away. There it is. Curtis, that's awesome. Loves AAU's channel. Thank you, Curtis. Gregor driving to the net and it's in. The referee says no. The puck was in the net. Gregor is celebrating. The referee says no goal. Let's go look up. Let's go get a replay here. I want to see full swing. That's it, Paulie. Thank you. Full swing. It's absolutely wild. So I want to see the replay of this one. Let's see. Yeah, full swing is that golf documentary. It's awesome. Okay, let's see. Coming around. This should be a goal. Gregor made the move. Carlson bumped Gregor. Gregor did not hit the goaltender. Carlson hit the goaltender. This should be a goal. Wow, Gregor's max speed on that rush. 35.3 kilometers an hour. That's fast. Again, this should not be goaltender interference. Carlson bumped Gregor. Gregor still avoided crashing into the goaltender. It was Carlson that ran into his net. So are they not? They're not challenging it. It's not being reviewed. Wow. Well, I guess at this point it doesn't matter. You're up by 6. That should be a goal for Gregor. Unfortunately, it's not. Some folks throwing some stuff on the ice. Come on, Leaf fans. You have a 6-0 lead. No need to score. No need to score. Right, Rick? So, no goal. They're going to call it no goal, no challenge, no review. Probably because it's 6-0 at this point. Here comes Pittsburgh, bringing it back down. Timmons going to take his man into the corner. Feeding it back to the line, coming across. Pittsburgh setting it up with a blast. Nice stop. Rebound is there in front. They're going to feed it over into the corner. Eller is going to play this back to the point. Pittsburgh setting it up. We got a delayed penalty coming up to Toronto now. This puck is going to step through. Pittsburgh closing in. Here's Malkin playing it across. Here's a shot that hits a leg, goes in the corner. Knives is going to get this out and down the ice. Back into the Penguins zone. So Gregor doesn't draw a penalty on his side, but Pittsburgh comes back and they're going to draw a penalty as Toronto finally touches it up. That's a good question, Leo. Let's take a look. So they're showing a replay again. This is still this is definitely a goal. I mean, that should have definitely been a goal. So the Toronto Maple Leafs put up their most goals in a game versus the Rangers March 16th, 1957. They scored 14 goals. So there it is. 14 goals, 1957 is the Leafs high. They've had a bunch of games. There's a 13. They've had some 12s. They've had a whole bunch of 11s. A lot of 11s. Couple of shots. That's going to be knocked down, moving it around. Here's Gensel with a shot, and this is going to come out. The most recent, let's see, 76. Oh, here, 1986. They put up 11 versus the Edmonton Oilers. And 86 is probably the most here, 2022 versus the Detroit Red Wings. They put up 10 goals just a couple of years back. Toronto, Detroit, January 26, 10 goals. Here comes Malkin. He's going to drop this one off. They put it to the line, and this is going to come out and all the way down the ice. So should it have been closer, it would have been challenged for sure. 10-point game. Yeah, that's Sittler. I mean, Sittler was awesome. I mean, now, Rick, let me ask you. I know people have come within 6 points in a game. Do you think anybody is going to break the 10? I don't think in this day and age anybody's going to come even close to it. I think 6 might be the most. Here's a shot, and right on, Jonesy's going to make that save. He's watching the angles. He's cutting them down. Jonesy's playing some good hockey. My stepmom is related to Daryl Sittler. Oh, Tristan, that's awesome. Daryl Sittler is so good. I mean, he's such a nice guy. I mean, that's what makes it even better, right? He puts up that record. He has a great career, and he's a great guy. Like, just such a nice guy. Pittsburgh bringing it around. 20 seconds left in the power play. They're scrambling. It's going to go to the side of the net. They're going to play this around. Coming to the line. Pittsburgh going to bring this back up. Crosby cycling. He's going to feather it to the line again. Back up to Crosby. Crosby over to Letang. Letang walking up. Trying to go backdoor for Gunsall. Doesn't connect. Crosby throws it to the line. Power play is over. Here's a long pass for Letang. He goes side of the net for Malkin. He goes backdoor for Crosby. He can't get it. Domi comes on and picks up this puck. Domi taking a look. He's going to put it over to Kempf. Between the legs for Benoit, and he takes a shot right on, and they're going to hold it. So we got a face-off coming up in the Pittsburgh zone as the penalty has now expired. What an unbelievable hockey game this has been. So much fun. Goalies are too good. They are way too good. And the equipment is bigger. Everything is faster. You're not going to see anything like that happen again. XY, what's going on? Who scored? Which goal? I'll tell you what, at the next commercial break, stick around. I'll run through all the goals for you. Sittler, McDonald, and Thompson. Yeah, McDonald was so much fun to watch. There were some really good players back then. I mean, some great players back then. Toronto picking this one up, playing it around. It's going to come out of the Pittsburgh zone. Toronto going to hammer it off the boards, but Riley almost gave it away. He was knocked down. Toronto going to try the other side. They're going to feed this. Here's Nylander. Nylander going to carry this down, drops it for Bertuzzi. Cross ice for Riley. He shoots and he hits the post. Another goal post. Unbelievable. Yeah, 6-0. It's been a good one. She's a Pens fan. There you go. No new goals yet. That's right. Toronto definitely is kind of laying up a little bit, playing the clock game now. Right now, they're just playing that clock game, running it out. This coming through. Toronto's going to knock it away from Pittsburgh. Bringing around, turning it through. McCabe has it. Going to play this one back. Toronto moves it up, and this is going to be dumped in. Down the ice. Coming through. Picked up. Joseph. Oh, there's a big hit coming in. Gruden throws a huge hit at Robertson. Puck going to come to McCabe. McCabe's going to bring it up. It really has. Here's McMahon. He throws it in, and again, Nedeljkovic is just going to hang on to it. So Toronto, I mean, right now, things are kind of on their own. All right, let's take a look. Your goal scorers. Nyes, Marner, McMahon, Domi, Tavares, Gregor. What a great game. Let's get that wave going. 3, 2, 1. Keep it up. Keep the energy going. Thank you guys so much. Guys, gals, what a great night. Benoit with a shot. That's going to be tipped just wide in front. Tavares, he can't get a stick on it. And if you're Ninja watching, and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe. Let's get that subscriber number going up. I'm going to need your guys' help. I'm going to need everybody to tell a friend, tell somebody they know, come on in, check out our channel, hit that subscribe. We got to get those subs moving up so we can get towards 10K. The big giveaway we were going to do doesn't look like it's going to be able to happen because what we had to give away is going to expire. Timmins on the move. He's going to bring it up. Going to carry it in 6 different scores. That's right. It's been great. Marner has been much better, XY. Marner has been good. Here comes Pittsburgh, a little stick lift there. Gregor's going to come away with the puck. He's going to play it up. Here's a big bump. Coming around, Kempf is going to play it in. Up off the boards. I think I already know who our 3 stars are at this point. Toronto going to play this one up. They're going to move this through. The chase is on. Yeah, it's the line of Marner, Domi, and Nyes that has been absolutely incredible tonight. Those guys have really, really been spectacular. So the game is moving away, 12:52 to go. So pretty much 13 minutes left here in the third period. It has absolutely been awesome. Paralife, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you. As to be Domi and I can't say XY. I can't give it away now. Can't give it away now. You'll have to stick around and see at the end of the game. Layla's Place, what's going on? Welcome in. Hope you're having a good night. And I've noticed on our numbers, we get a lot of folks that watch on a TV on the big screen. And so I know on the big screen, you're not able to chat. So if you're not using your phone or a secondary device and you're just watching along, I want to say hello to everybody who's watching on a TV or Ninja watching, not coming in the chat. Thanks for being here and supporting our channel, even in these big blowout games. We appreciate it. We're having a lot of fun. I hope you're having a lot of fun. This is something we love to do. And listen, we love to be as creative as we can and interact with you directly. So this is what we do, and this is how we like to do it. And thank you all for being a great part of what we do. It honestly wouldn't be the same without you. Davy Jones' locker is still empty. Oh, goodness. Domi, Jones, and Nyes are my stars. Colin, they've been awesome. They have been absolutely awesome. Sometimes I do watch on my Roku there. Thank you, Layla. As I appreciate it, right? Every view helps, and I want to make sure that those who watch on other devices where they can't interact with us get recognized. So we do recognize. Watching over on the Air Canadian Crown Corp TV. Awesome. Thanks, Various. I appreciate it. Krista, take care. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. I mean, listen, we've had a ton of fun, and we're not even halfway through the season yet. There's still so much hockey to come, and we have a lot of fun things to watch out for. Whether it's the Leafs, whether it's the Oilers, whether it's the Panthers, we're just getting going. We're going to do some things coming up that nobody else is. We're already doing things nobody else is doing. So we're going to continue innovating and bringing you new things. Here comes Toronto back on it. We canceled our cable partially thanks to you, Sam. We're not watching much TV except hockey. 95% of the games are blacked out. Oh, Grandpa the Gamer. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad I could help in one way or another. That's awesome. Here comes Pittsburgh. They're going to pick up the puck, and they are on the move. Maybe they know what kind of video games unit I should buy. Paulie, I would say a PlayStation 5. It's, all the systems are super expensive these days. Depending on how old the kids are, I love and my kids love the PS5. If they're younger kids, Nintendo Switch is great. They've got a lot of good games catered towards the younger kids. But if they're a bit older, and depending on what you allow them to play, PS5 would get my vote. Here comes Benoit. Benoit back with it. Going to play this around. Timmins is going to take a big hit. And this is going to move up. And by the way, talking about video games, if you missed it earlier, we did a video game live stream playing Arizona Sunshine 2 on the PS VR 2, a little virtual reality. Go on and check it out. It's a little bit of a zombie game. It's kind of a comedy zombie game. It was a lot of fun, trying to stream from the PlayStation. It's not the best in how you set it up, but I thought it looked great, and I hope it came out well. So for those that watched, thanks for coming by earlier today and watching some VR zombie action. Kids are 12 and 8. Paul, so yeah, I think, Paul, you're probably right in that PS5 would have a good mix. Would have a good mix of young, kind of younger geared games, as well as some of the older stuff. Playing this around. Pittsburgh with it, setting it up. Love Arizona Sunshine. Nice. Okay, there you go. Hubby's a VR streamer. Yeah, Arizona Sunshine is such a fun game. So funny, too. Gregor going to play this one down around. Got 11 minutes left to go. 6-0 Maple Leafs at this point. Playing it around. Pittsburgh working it through. Face-off dot. They don't get the shot off, and we got a whistle. McCabe is kind of reaching up to his face. The referee's coming to check on him. So Malkin is going. He's out of here. Malkin, another penalty for Malkin. So he gets the stick right into the chin of McCabe. High stick. Malkin does one of these, and he's off. Thank you so much for the subscribe. Appreciate it. Thank you for hitting that button. Oh, you're very welcome, Paulie. If you're looking for game recommendations, let me know. Oh, McCabe is cut. He's bleeding, so this should be a 4-minute penalty for Malkin. If you guys are Disney fans, there's a game, Disney Dreamlight Valley, which I know a couple of us in here play it a lot. It's a lot of fun. Definitely one to check out, regardless, whatever system you get. All right, face off coming up. Of course, Fortnite is always one of the big ones with the kids these days. Toronto's going to win it. Nye's bringing it back. It's a 4-minute power play for Toronto. Toronto trying to dig it in. Of course, sports games are good. Yeah, you got it, Triton. Pittsburgh clears this all the way down the ice. Grandpa, shh, you can't say it yet. You can't say it yet. Yeah, he does. Malkin looks super angry. He's not happy. But every call, Malkin is, at the officials. I mean, you got your stick in the guy's face and you cut him open. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Here's Letang. He's going to flip this one up. Pittsburgh on the move, shorthanded. Pittsburgh trying to turn the corner. It's Drew O'Connor. He takes a shot, and that's going to go wide. Here's Nick Robertson going to pick it up. Robertson to Bertuzzi. He's going to carry this one in. Bertuzzi trying to walk all the way through. He got partially in. Throwing it around the boards, and here's Holmberg. Going to cut it off, so this unit getting some time here. All the way over to Holmberg. Holmberg with the puck. He's going to go down low, banking it off the boards to Liljegren. To Robertson, he doesn't shoot it. Robertson, now he does. And a nice stop. It gets knocked down. Puck's going to be cleared out. No. Robertson holds it in. He's going to flip this up for Nyes. Nyes. Not a good play there. He was looking for the pass, and it got knocked off his stick. You're a PC gamer yourself. Nice. Very nice. I haven't got into the big PC gaming world. Holmberg going to send this one around. Xbox only for Halo. Curtis, that's why I bought my Xbox back in the day when I got my Xbox 360. Halo, I loved Halo. I was obsessed with Halo and Gears of War. Those two games I was obsessed with. Penn's playing chippy. They certainly are, Roger. They're frustrated right now. Here's Holmberg, fakes a slapper. Now he comes in. That gets blocked. Puck back to Holmberg. Holmberg trying to pass it over to McMahon. He gets tied up. Now Bobby Mack picks it up. Bobby Mack. Cross eyes to Nyes. To Liljegren. To Nyes. They're not shooting. Or it was Kemp, excuse me, not Knives. Liljegren down low to Holmberg. To Gregor, who bats it out of the air, and that's going to go just wide. What is the best revival for Maple Leafs? Here's a quick shot. Hang on, that's going to go just wide. Gregor's going to pick it up. What is the best revival for Maple Leafs, in your opinion? When you mean revival, George, what do you mean by revival? Like the best comeback? Yeah, big bounce back effort, Fred. They've been good. Super Mario and Duck Hunt. Gotta love Duck Hunt. Only got an Etch-a-Sketch from 63. There you go, Peter. You can sketch a PlayStation. Yarncroc gonna bring this in, throwing it back. So like biggest comeback. I mean, right now, here's a shot that goes wide. 1 minute remaining on that 4-minute power play. I gotta say what they did the other day. Here's Yarncroc with a shot that goes wide. Scoring 5 goals in the third period to tie it up was something unbelievable, something I did not expect to see. They were down and out, and that comeback the other day was absolutely incredible. It was amazing. Daddy Mac, what's going on? Go Leafs. Leafs absolutely crushing it right now. Look out. There's a trip. Timmins goes down. Yarncroc going to pick it up. 7.5 minutes to go in this period. Pittsburgh just wants to go out for drinks. They just want this to be over. Oh, the best opponent for the Maple Leafs. I gotcha. Gotcha, George. Best opponent. Oof. if we're talking about going into the playoffs, I got to think on that for a second. I mean, they're going to end up against the Toronto, Boston, Tampa. Well, Tampa's not going to be in there. Florida, Boston. Here's a shot that's going to go wide. If Tampa Bay was going to get in there. Detroit is in there. I like that Toronto Detroit matchup. I mean, that was fun. I mean, right now of all the teams, I mean, Boston, Toronto, Florida, you got 2 wild cards, Detroit, Carolina. I would be okay with Toronto, Detroit. I think that would be a fun matchup. I mean, Detroit is coming on. Obviously, with signing Kane, they're improving. But I think those would be 2 teams to really match up and play hard against each other. Carolina, they scare me. And of course, Boston and Florida will be a tough series. So Toronto, Detroit, I think would be fun. I like Detroit as an opponent right now. Talking about the tough ones, the toughest would be Boston for sure. Yeah, if you're talking back in the day, like classic rivalries, Toronto Montreal is always a classic rivalry. That's why I think, with Toronto Detroit, I mean, going back into the playoff years in the 90s and whatnot, or even back in the 80s when they were in the same division, they were playing each other 7 times a year. Toronto Detroit was one of my favorite rivalries. Of course, anytime um, you see Steve Yzerman come to town, like those were the days back then. But I think of the top teams, like in the playoff, the playoff contenders right now, I think of all of them, that would be my preferential matchup. It would be fun. It would definitely be a lot of fun. Tonight's lineup could compete with the best. The way they're playing tonight, that it's a valid point. The way they're playing tonight, it's absolutely incredible. The question, though, is can they play like this consistently? I don't know if they can play like this consistently. Toronto is 11-6 when Matthews is out of the lineup. How about them apples? 6 when Matthews is out. I'm watching the game on my phone and CBC as well. There you go, Rusty. We appreciate you watching and hanging out with us, Rusty. So thank you. We got about 6.5 to go. This game is winding down. It has been a wild game. If you haven't hit that like yet, if you haven't hit that thumbs up, make sure you do so. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for us. XY, he's got the flu that's been going through the locker room. He's got it right now. So hopefully he's back next game. I know Lagesson missed a couple. The way Matthews or the way the team is playing tonight without Matthews, I don't think you have to rush him to come back if he's not feeling great on Tuesday. But I think that would be okay. The Leafs are playing the Rangers, a rematch against the Rangers on Tuesday, 7 o'clock. So we'll be here for that one. You know it. It's going to be a lot of fun. My favorite player in Toronto is Pavel. Oh, other than Toronto, Pavel Datsyuk. Yeah, I mean, Datsyuk, the magician. The things that Datsyuk would do with the puck. I mean, just ridiculous, right? Datsyuk was spectacular. Here's Bertuzzi coming in. Is it his time? He passes it across to Nicky Nylander. And Nylander feeds it in. All right, we're not going to get overly excited for that goal. Bertuzzi waited, and he feeds it over to William Nylander. A little passing play. Nylander puts it in. It's a little tap in for him. I mean, nothing that Nedeljkovic could do. He was watching Bertuzzi for the shot the whole time. Didn't even budge on the pass. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't not shoot the puck when you come in and it's a 2-on-1. So Nylander is going to get one of the easiest goals of his career. Bertuzzi and McCabe each picking up an assist there. That's the 15th goal for Nylander. Wow. Unbelievable. Nylander has been racking up the points. When this game finally is ended, we're gonna break it down and look at some of the player stats overall. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go now as we are closing things out. But yeah, finish that thought. Datsuk was absolutely wild. That's right. Touchdown. Touchdown. We got the extra point. Nylander's field goal was good for the extra point. Unbelievable. They put up 7 against the Rangers. They put up another 7 here. They got 5 against the Jackets. This is awesome. But again, we cannot expect them to play this type of game every night. It's going to be a very interesting test on Tuesday when the Rangers come back into town after being embarrassed from the Leafs to see how they can handle the bounce back. Mark says, I need 3 more goals to secure as many goals as Sittler's points. There you go. They're going to another commercial break. This has just been wild. This has just been wild. I mean, let's look at it now. Let's go to the stats. Let's break it down overall. Actually, not stats. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Kucherov with 50 points. I mean, that's ridiculous. Kucherov, 20 goals, 30 assists, 50 points, and Tampa Bay is so far down and out. I mean, that's just wild. How does that happen? All right, here it is. Willie Nylander this season, 14 goals. He just had his 15th goal. So before tonight, in 27 games, he had 38 points. 38 points. He's got 1 goal tonight. He's got an assist. And is it just a 1 assist? So he's got 2 points tonight, a goal and an assist. So that's going to put him up to 40 points on the year. Nylander with 40 points on the year. When you look back at other years, he had 40 goals last year, 34 the year before that. So 87 points, 80 points. So he's really been picking up the pace. You know, good for Willie. I mean, that's amazing. Let me back it up here to the league lead points. Before tonight's games, Kucherov with 50, JT Miller with 43, Pasternak, Panarin, and McKinnon all with 41, McDavid with 40, Quinn Hughes with 39, Nylander with 38. Nylander now would jump up to be tied with Connor McDavid for points in the league. Matthews is back with 35. So Nylander ahead of Matthews by about 5 points. Wow. That's why Nylander is going to get paid, because he's up hanging with the big boys in this league, putting up an unbelievable amount of points. There's Leo. Bring it. Oh, Leo, I love that redemption. That's one of my favorites. One of my favorites, getting the the Penguins Macarena in there. Outstanding. Penguins coming around. The pass gets cut off in the neutral zone. We got 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go. I do want to say a big thank you to our partner channels, the Florida Park Explorers, Dave, Jen, and Bella. They are in the Disney area, bringing you all the theme park magic. Plus, they're a concierge service, helping get you those theme park treats and theme park merch that you want. Check them out, the Florida Park Explorers. In fact, I believe they are live right now with their home Christmas stream, their home Christmas party. I'm going to be popping in there after tonight's game, so we'll make sure to get you that link. So if you want to come over and check them out live, tell them Sam says hello. We'll get that link over there. Here comes Gregor. Gregor walking in, turning the corner, driving the net, putting that one on just wide. As well, I want to tell you about Pete over on the Pete McDevitt Show. He does a great job with football, baseball, some Disney stuff. Check him out as well if you like the YouTube play-by-play for baseball and football. Pete McDevitt. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. Toronto moving this puck out. That's right. Shh, we don't say it. Shh. Shh. So we got an icing call. This is going to come down into the Pittsburgh zone. Down into the Pittsburgh zone. Not going to tell you who the stars of the game is just yet. You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Bum, 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 bum. All right, here we go. Face off. This is going to be a scramble. Pittsburgh is going to pick it up. They're going to flip it off the boards. Stopped at the neutral zone. Bertuzzi just going to put it right back in. Nedeljkovic going to stop it there for Letang. Letang playing it up. Domi has to skate hard as this one went all the way back. He's going to turn and slapped it up the middle. Didn't get it all the way out. Bertuzzi going to finish the job. Puck going to come across the red line. Have a personalized t-shirt of Leafs. Oh, awesome, Robert. Pittsburgh going to move this one through. Carlson going to bring it through. Carlson gets it knocked off his stick. Bertuzzi is going to lift this one up and down the ice. Not going to be an icing call, so they're going to turn this one around. Here they come, back around. Pittsburgh is changing. Now, I will say, you know, the couple of games that Jones has played, he's looked real good. You know, first, Samsonov loses the net to Joseph Woll. Woll was incredible, kind of stole that starting job. Sammy was not great in the games he's played, even though Sammy did get a shutout in one of them. He was not great last night. Jones has looked good in his couple of games. So it's going to be very interesting to see, will Jonesy get the next start against the Rangers? This puck's going to be shot in, and Nedeljkovic is going to hang on to that one. You know, who's going to start Tuesday against the Rangers? What do you guys think? Do you think Jones should start on Tuesday, or do you go back to Samsonov? Who is your pick? Got some nice work here. The battle for the backup goalie. There you go. Bauer. Jones. Not even a question. Yeah, I'm kind of in line with that. I think Jones should be the guy. Here's a shot, and that's going to be held on to again. I agree. Jones should be the man. And, you know, Sammy's got to be sitting here thinking, what on earth can I do? You know, he took the Leafs to arbitration to get more money, get a big bump, but get a big raise. He's got to figure, you know, he's got to be disappointing. You know, he's got to be really upset with the situation here in Toronto. And how do you turn that around? David Aries. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. All right. I believe you got to go with the hot hand. All right, let's take, you want to know how Boston is doing? Let's take a look. Let's go back to the out of town. Boston, New York are tied at 1s right now. Tied at 1, 6-3 New Jersey over Columbus. Side of the net. We're under the last minute of play. Last minute of play here. Sticking around with it. Pittsburgh has the puck. They're going to spin and throw this in. Now they're putting it towards the net. They don't get it. In the corner. Timmins is going to pick it up. Timmins. He's going to play this up the boards. Toronto's going to knock it out. They're going to try and just stall this at the center ice line. They are. And Pittsburgh's going to bring it back. 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go in this game. Good effort, Leafs. Great effort, Leafs. Get those Leaf signs flowing. They're going to bring it around. Long pass to the point. Here's a shot. That's going to sail wide. Ludvig at 91 miles an hour. And the Penguins pass it back. It splits the D. It goes all the way down. With 10 seconds to go, Pittsburgh's going to hang on to it behind their own net. Congratulations, Jonesy. Martin Jones picks up a 7-0 shutout. He faces 38 shots to pick up the shutout. Unbelievable. What a great job, Jonesy. 38 shots to get the shutout. Dubas, bye-bye. I hope you liked your stay in Toronto. Sorry about your luck. Big time blowout. That is awesome. Let's flip it over to the locker room. What an unbelievable performance here by the Maple Leafs. A lot to break down, a lot to discuss. All right, let's pitter patter. Let's get at her. Your goal scores. Oh, nope, we're not going to do the goal scores yet. Let me stop the music before we even go there, before we go through the stats.
And now, the 3 stars of the game.
The moment you've all been waiting for. The 3 stars for tonight's game. We're going to have 2 star number 3s. 2 star number 3s. They each put up 2 points tonight. 2 points tonight. Matthew Knies, what a complete game he played. He had a goal and an assist. He had 2 points, +2, and a fight. The Gordie Howe hat trick for Matthew Knies. He's going to share the 3rd star honors with Mitch Marner. Mitch Marner also with 2 points tonight, a goal and an assist, picking up +3. So Mitch Marner, Matthew Knies sharing the 3rd star honors. Honorable mention to Bertuzzi, who picked up 3 assists tonight. Honorable mention to McMahon, who picked up his first NHL goal tonight. Your 2nd star tonight is going to be Marty Jones. Marty Jones picking up the 38 save shutout, but the number 1 star is reserved for the Maple Leaf, who put up 3 points tonight, was a +3, a goal and 2 assists, but in my opinion was the best player on the ice. He only played 12 minutes and 43 seconds, but I swear he was on the ice for like 20 minutes, and that's Max Domi. KQ, what's going on? Welcome in. Max Domi, he is getting our number 1 star tonight. Jonesy, very close, but he gets star number 2. I really thought Domi's effort inspired this team tonight. Now we can get into all the stats of this game. Your goal scores. Matthew Knies, his 7th from Domi. Marner, his 13th from Robertson and Domi. McMahon, his 1st from Bertuzzi and Holmberg. Then it was Domi, his 2nd from Knies and Marner. Tavares, his 9th from Nylander and Riley. Gregor, his 5th from Bertuzzi and Timmins. And in the 3rd period, it was William Nylander, his 15th from Bertuzzi and McCabe. Pittsburgh puts up 38 shots, Toronto 35. Pittsburgh takes it in the faceoff circle, 57%, but who cares? On the power play, Toronto goes 2 for 7. Pittsburgh goes 0 for 3. Pittsburgh and Toronto getting a lot of penalties. Well, Pittsburgh getting a lot of penalties. 15 hits for Toronto, 34 hits for Pittsburgh. I don't know about that. I'm a little suspect over that number. 19 block shots for Toronto, 14 for Pittsburgh. Each team with 9 giveaways. Toronto with 10 takeaways, Pittsburgh with 11. Like I said, a ton of penalties. Knies for fighting, Ludwig for fighting, Benoit for roughing, Eller for roughing, Liljegren slashing, Gunsel interference, Riley Smith slashing, and that was in the 1st. In the 2nd period, Letang for holding, Letang a 10-minute misconduct, Holmberg for tripping, Malkin high sticking, and that was a 4-minute penalty because he drew blood. Gunsel for high sticking, Crosby for slashing, Timmins for roughing, and in the 3rd period it was Domi for hooking, and this was the double minor. Sorry, Malkin, the double minor for high sticking there at the end. Malkin's got to learn to keep his stick down. The NHL has the same 3 stars as us, but just a different order. Jones, Knies, and Domi all getting on the board. So what a fun game. This was an absolute blast and a pleasure. Thank you so much for hanging around with us. Mods, great job tonight. Really appreciate just keeping things rolling along. I want to thank all of our channel members for hanging out with us. Our gifters, thank you, Richard and Rick. Thank you so much for the gifts tonight. And you guys are just awesome. So thank you, everybody. If you found us and you hit the like button, if you just subscribed, thanks for being a part of what we do. As mentioned, coming up, we're going to be hopping over to our good friends, the Florida Park Explorers. If you want to hang out, you want to talk more, and check them out. Here's their link. There's their live. They're live right now. Go on over to the Florida Park Explorers. Tell them what's up. Tell them Sam says hello, and go Leafs go. They'll get a kick out of it. Thanks very much. We'll see you on Tuesday when the Leafs are going to take on the Rangers in a rematch. Should be a lot of fun. Until then, thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Be well. Go Leafs go. Play like this more often. See you real soon. Good night, all. See you over in FPE stream.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans, the United States and Newfoundland.
Watch it. Sam Welby experience.
You're watching the Samwell B12 experience.